we are live now, but I
I
wanted to
should
start
probably.
with asking you, Xander, did you
What's
decide
up?
where you want that 3d6 on the Zoe special? I'm actually
3d6
leaving that
on the.
decision to you. I'd, I think I was talking with Lulu, and we kind of got to talking around trade stuff, and I stepped back a little bit from my predisposition on how I'd ruled your 3d6 roll with Zoe. I
Mhm.
had every time you've asked for it, I've said no, that doesn't apply to outship rolls. Um, but I'm willing to let you make the choice between does Zoe roll 3d6 on trade skill checks, or does she roll 3d6 on outship value rolls?
Um.
This is
Uh.
part of her special focus.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. So. Hmm.
And I apologize if I'm talking really fast. I've just started drinking a little bit of caffeine to start my day off, and so it's hitting me.
Well, Dexter, what I think is that I have no idea from it. Like I guess the outships would be more valuable, but then
Well, why don't you put that in the
oh,
back of your mind and think about it? Write it down somewhere so you keep reminding yourself.
yeah, I'll put
Um,
it on the to-do list.
okay, and just try and have an idea or decide on a coin flip if next time we get to a point where I actually need you to roll a trade skill check or an outship selling roll.
Okay.
Either way, you're still
Well
going to
then,
get 3d6 on bulk salvage. That's just from the shrewd merchant focus.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
All right, and one more thing to clear up. You asked about you were salvaging the antechamber of Ceres Vault for two things. One, wall materials that were of a material in construction that were able to withstand the heavy weapon anti-vehicle lasers. You have that. I'm not going to define a quantity because I know that you're just going to use it for Jack's fault. But you had a second thing there, and that was sufficient material to build anti-vehicle lasers of your own. Um, and who was the person that was salvaging at that site? Was it your NPC technician also?
Um.
Because I think you had taken your PC technicians or PCs with Fix in the Marauder to search out the industrial sites.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'll either roll this or let one of you roll D4 plus that NPC's salvaging skill or fix skill, which is 1.
Uh, so roll a d4 plus 1, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
They come back in 2 body parts. Oh. D4 plus 1 speaks to me of limbs. Oh, good. They come back with them all. Whew.
Or they lose them all.
Yeah.
Or is the +1
What's
head
I'm
too?
sorry, what's the fifth limb? Is it the head or
Yeah, of course.
is it
It
something lower?
is. I'm going to go back to my notes here to give you an answer on that.
Do they have tails?
So, what that number means,
Not
completely
yet.
ignoring the awkward question, is that you've salvaged sufficient material to build 5 anti-vehicle lasers at half normal cost.
Dope. No, he said no furry stuff. Well, technically I said no furry stuff.
Now, as we all know, if you add ears in the tail, it's not furry. It's when you go farther than that.
No, I did say that just because I know that there are some people that would like that, but I also know that jokes are made on that, and I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. So normally when you're constructing equipment, you have to spend twice that equipment cost in your own credits and components. I've converted that all to just spare parts. What this means is that you've salvaged enough that each laser, instead of costing you 20,000 in your own parts, is going to cost you 5,000 in your own
Sweet.
parts, and you can do
Dope.
5 of them at that rate.
Neat.
Sounds good.
Lasers equals 5. Okay, I think that's all the catch up that we had. Which site do you want to do first? Oh, I guess there's not much to say about the salvaging industrial site.
Yeah, there's not much I can say is going on.
Yeah.
Unless you want to say that Jai's also spending a bit of time looting all these dead bodies all over the place for cybernetic bits that are still functional.
Well, I can give a little bit more detail into, or add a little bit more atmosphere to what.
I thought you said there wasn't an atmosphere on this planet.
there
I'm
is
going
an
to add
atmosphere.
some,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it's going to be more than just the argon.
Okay.
So it's not a completely untouched site. It's not a completely untouched city, that is.
Uh-huh.
There is a city here, but it has parks all over the place. It's become very overgrown, and that's why it's been overlooked as much as it has. In looking around outside of the one factory that you're salvaging, you can see that yes, skeletons farther away from your factory, they have been stripped of their cybernetics. Some of the underhouses, they have been broken into. There have been people that have come to this city and just haven't gone as in depth as you saw that they had in other cities. In fact, the factory that you're definitely is grim business. The factory that you've identified as a good location has also been salvaged, but it's been more scavenged than salvaged. You can see that whatever product they were making here and had packaged up ready to go, it's gone. That's been almost all taken out.
Okay.
The top levels of this factory have also been salvaged of machinery because it's easy and quick to get to. But it looks like the way the factory is laid out and various other factors have discouraged exploration of the lower levels of the factory, and that's actually where I think Zoe was on the Marauder while you guys were investigating this. Somebody said, "Why don't we look down one more level?" And those machines are almost untouched. The lower level machinery has very high density for salvaging, for of spare parts, of bulk salvage for Trin machinery, which is going to be a higher factor than just any old machinery.
Is it also illegal?
Um,
Because the Trin are illegal, I guess.
Did they manage
Sort
to
of?
make their manufacturing techniques Maltech?
they did
Yeah.
not manage to make the manufacturing techniques Meltech. They're just they're
Unless they
just
use-
good at it.
Okay.
And you may also find some other storages of product that they had at the lower levels.
Gotcha.
You also learn that the city is named Varizian, and the factory is Komako Computing.
Neat.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm good. I'm good here for now while we scavenge things, so you guys can go ahead and try to avoid getting yourselves cut to bits by lasers.
Yeah, I mean that's a goal that I strive for.
Every day.
Don't worry too much if you fail.
Well, I wouldn't be
Didn't we-
worrying at all if I failed.
I could have sworn the laser's already disabled on this one. We were just trying to find the secret vault.
Nope. You can certainly
Oh.
have a conversation with Jack about that, though.
Oh wait, the bodies are probably still there, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not great.
I mean, they're at the bottom there. You know.
Well, I
Okay.
assume we walk up so it knows it's gonna just like, you know, like just blanch white.
So this is a vault out in the middle of nowhere. It's along a long stretch of road in between cities, and it's this stretch of road that makes real clear how quickly the danger of to this planet and its residents, well, mostly to its residents, the planet's fine, descended. Cars pulled over, and Jack has learned enough of symbolic Trin to recognize the little warning signs on those. Let's see, I actually write it now. Basically saying medical emergency. The car pulled itself over along the side of the road, and its driver and whatever passengers just suffocated to death right there in that car. Some that probably had cybernetics that allowed them to breathe whatever this was for longer, or just have an internal lung, were able to get out of the car and start running down the road. And there are a fair number of those that just are skeletons along the road now because they couldn't run far enough. And that's what stretches to either side of you as you're looking down a staircase that opens to a currently an open hatch looking down. At the bottom of that staircase, sand has blown over the blood of Jack's previous hired companion.
Yeah, hired companion. I don't think is maybe the word that you're looking. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna.
Former
shut up.
associate.
There you go.
Fair enough.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Jack was getting up to down here in this vault.
Money
Yeah.
buddies.
There you go. Yeah, that's much better. Money buddies.
Well, I can say that Jack was up to keeping all of his parts together. That's what he was doing.
So we really don't have anything in the way of a new plan for this, right? I think just pretty much just was applying the same plan from the other vault.
Actually, you
Oh,
do
wait,
have a
that was-
different plan.
That's right. There was a constructor foam grenade, right?
Well, there's that, and there's also the metal bits we stripped from the other place, which are explicitly capable of resisting the heavy vehicle lasers they've gotten there. So,
Oh.
if you want to throw those on something, and I'll remind you, you can perfectly well drive into this thing if you really want to.
This one you actually can't.
Okay, never
this-
mind then.
Yeah, this one is a two-person wide staircase leading down to a about 3 meter by 3 meter square, flat square, in which a hatch opens upwards and a ladder descends down.
Well, even so, if you use the metal bits properly, you can get in there probably without getting lasered.
Ah, yes, everybody's favorite words. Probably without getting lasered.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd really prefer the lasers to be turned off.
Well,
Big
that's
fan of that. Yeah.
not my problem. That's your problem.
So
What
how
if
do you
it
guys
was
want to approach
our
this?
problem?
Is there a console or where are the lasers? Is there a console before the lasers somewhere? Or...
There is. Jack remembers that the console is accessible when you close the hatch. It's on the top of that hatch.
Yeah, right there. I'm just pointing at the.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess I'll just start poking around to the console if everyone's willing to wait for me to do so.
Yeah.
I
don't think we're in
saw
a
what
hurry.
happened to the last person who got a little bit impatient. So yeah, I think I can wait.
No, we're not really in a rush.
I'll crack my knuckles and see what I find.
Okay.
Hack the planet.
Nemesis hooks
Do
herself up.
they use Risk architecture?
I feel like I should not say yes or no without knowing that is, but yes.
Oh, okay. It was a hacker's reference. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
I got you, dude. It's okay.
That's
Thank you.
okay. I'm the hacker, and I haven't seen Hacker.
You haven't?
sounds like you got some homework.
All I
Yeah.
need to know is I'm in.
So Nemesis does almost get in, and this one is worse than the last one. It requires 2 line shunts, placed inside
Ooh.
the vault, of course. One is on the lower wall, just a few meters from the hatch, and the other is on the external elevator wall opposite the hatch. And I should probably describe a little bit more of what you're seeing down that ladder as you close in the hatch.
Hey, how deep down does the ladder go? Like, we go down the hatch, and then how far down do we go before we're in the like pre-vault area?
It's only about 4 meters down until the floor. Someone can easily drop down there. I think
Does anybody have
damage is.
Does anybody have a shotgun or a rifle?
My
There-
drone has a mag rifle on it.
Excellent. Hey, Dex,
Mm-hmm.
can I use the like speaker or the receiver on a couple of comm units and that shotgun to make ground penetrating radar?
If you want to use your creative focus, sure.
Yeah. I don't get to use it very often.
You
Well,
just have
it's-
to make excuses.
Yeah,
Yeah, look,
it's a one-time
I am
thing,
making
anyways.
excuses.
Yeah, all the creative constructions are one-time use, anyways. So I'm not too worried about that.
So if you've ever watched Jurassic Park, I'm gonna build that thing. Nobody
I
touch the screen.
don't remember what you're talking about.
At the very beginning when they stand on that thing and shoot the ground and then get the picture of the raptor.
Huh? Nope, don't remember that at all.
Fuck.
It's been a long time since I've watched that movie.
I'm 0-3 for fucking references
It's
tonight.
like a
Like, what the
Sizer
hell?
radar, though.
Yeah, no, it's literally a like ground penetrating radar. It just reads the reverberation
Scans?
back. Mostly, I want to know if we can just dig down to this thing from the outside and put the shunts on the like outside wall of it.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and post up your? You should be able to just click on the focus on your character sheet, so that I don't have to go digging around in my own reference guides. Remind myself how it works.
Now, I will point out I've only got 5 shots left, and I did not bring extra ammo because
Jesus. It's all right. We didn't bring any fucking shovels either, but you know.
Yeah.
toolkit's got a shovel in it, right?
Oh yeah, if the toolkit has a shovel in it, then I brought a shovel.
I think you're missing your level 2 on that. Level 2 is the MacGyver one, right?
It says I have it level 2. It just doesn't show level 2 on the screen.
It's too long.
Yeah, you would have had to have typed that in.
Oh.
All right, I'll pull
Well,
it up.
I didn't know I was gonna have to. I didn't know I was gonna have to do work. God.
I know, clicking things in the game, it's very unusual, isn't it?
I don't understand.
Okay, level 2. Once per scene, you can jury rig an item or device in 15 minutes from immediately accessible materials. Roll an int fix against difficulty 8 to 12. And I'm going to rewrite this a little bit to be more intuitive and less restrictive. but basically, you've already stated your idea. This check is to see if you can build it and if it's feasible. Instead of saying, whether you can make it with what you have. It's just you already
Okay.
have the stuff you need. You've said.
Mhm.
And what you're trying to do isn't particularly difficult, I don't think. So I'll just go ahead and put this at an 8.
Okay, and you said I roll a fix skill?
Int fix.
Int fix, yeah, okay. Oof. Well,
I mean,
it's been a while since
I
I built a
stepped-
ground penetrating radar, I guess.
I
I
mean, you
stepped
still
away, so I
got
can't
it.
see the
You
roll,
did.
but it's not part of the plan, right? Oh, okay. So you made it.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
And if you don't mind, go ahead and just copy that quick little level 2 blurb into your focus in case I have to ask you to click it again.
Yeah, where did you put it in the chat somewhere? Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Mhm.
Got it.
It just occurred to me really that the creative skill is very counter to the planning skill.
I don't know if you've noticed, but Zoe is very against the planner skill. I mean, just kind of does stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the skill is pretty much just on the spot decisions. And it's like, well, that doesn't help me plan things out.
So in your plans, you just have to leave room for it, and then Zoe does some weird shit.
Yeah, it's always slaps
Improv.
together these random parts. That does something.
Amazing.
Okay. Your one-time use ground penetrating
Radar.
radar, sorry. Got lasers on the mind, obviously.
I guess technically it's ground penetrating sonar because it's sound based. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's ground penetrating sensory stuff.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sensory
you
perception.
could dig down and drill into the thick walls of the vault just enough to get a line shunt in place for that outer requirement, and then you're just left with the line shunt that you need to place inside. And here's where I'll do a little bit more description of the location.
Middle of
Get my
nowhere.
freehand draw tool out.
So what I'm hearing is there isn't a convenient backhoe.
You guys have the Raza with you, so anything that you're wanting to do is probably on the Raza. A little more circular. So ignore this line over here. That doesn't exist.
How much
This
hammer did that
is the
use?
elevator shaft. It's just a normal human-sized elevator. This is the ladder down, and this whole thing here is all antechamber. It's all just as Nova has described to you previously. It is left empty for security measures so that nothing gets in the way of them. Right now, there are currently a couple of bodies at the bottom of this, both sliced into pieces of various sizes.
Okay.
Does anybody have a heal skill that they'd like to roll here? Does anybody but Jai have heal?
No.
No.
I could patch together something robotic, something organic.
Okay.
Everybody took the fix skill because nobody thinks that Zoe can do it, but nobody took the heal skill because everybody's like, "What? He's a fucking doctor."
All right.
Imagine literally being a doctor.
Yeah. Right. Oh man, that's probably one of Jai's dreams.
Sorry, what are you rolling heal for?
I was gonna let them to try and discern more information about those bodies and their method of death, but if nobody has heal
I mean, I
0,
can roll it anyways.
I mean, how much time do you spend with dead bodies? Maybe it's just an int check.
Okay. If I'll take it one step further. If any of you
Oh,
think that
I
your
have no experience with dead
characters
bodies.
have reason to be able to recognize different wound types, and actually I would look at Jack specifically for this. You can certainly suggest a different skill than heal, but it has to be a skill that you have at least level 0 in.
A different
I mean,
skill than heal.
didn't Jack witness his death, or
Uh,
was it something else?
well, witnesses. I feel like
He went
You-
down the hole. There was a
There's,
brief
like-
scream that was immediately silenced. That's all he knows.
like I could put 2 and 2 together. I wouldn't say I was a witness so much as like
You were just
I
there.
yeah, like
You were murder adjacent.
Exactly.
Well, you mentioned
I'm
though,
not an eyewitness. I'm a sound witness, a ear witness, if anything.
so there was mention of blood, right? Because lasers don't tend to leave much blood.
I mean,
I mean, you know.
I
just
don't
throwing that out
know. I
there.
just know that they like when we looked down, there was 2 distinct pieces of each. And that's it.
Okay, I think I know what's going on here. Just be sure to take my advice. Only the penitent man will pass.
Oh my god.
So basically, I'm guessing we really don't know for sure. This is just also lasers.
Yes.
I mean, a guy was cut in half, but
I mean,
lasers
wires
could
do
do that. But I mean, is that unreasonable for me to know that a laser doesn't leave blood? Like-
Is that really true though?
I
Mm.
mean, it's
Like,
Cauterizes.
yeah, I
Because
feel
just
like
cauterize them.
There. I mean, it can leave blood.
yeah, I
right,
feel like
I
if
guess
it
could.
cauterizes, but like on some level, when you cut somebody in half, there's like enough of a surface area there where I feel like eventually like blood would start seeping out.
that's
Like
kind of my thought. Yeah.
it's not bloody at the moment of the cut, you know?
But then
Yeah,
there's
that's fair.
stresses that tear tissues, and there's a new hole that's not supposed to be there, or not a hole, but there are parts that are missing where that blood was supposed to go, and yeah, I feel like there still could be some blood from traumatic laser and other stressful tissue tearing. I don't know if that's scientific at all, but I'm going with it.
Well,
Yeah,
since
that might make sense.
we're all basing the laser doesn't cause bleeding off of watching science fiction movies, like
Right.
Yeah.
lasers also close and open doors depending on what you need at the time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, that's fail safe versus fail secure. That's actually a very simple concept.
So, to clarify, Epsilon, basically, I would allow you to roll shoot int on this. And anybody else that has a justification for another skill that they are skilled in can make that justification, and I may allow you to roll that. But it also requires that the character be kind of looking down at the dead bodies and thinking, No takers?
Well, I was gonna make the
Uh,
joke that I have connect 0, and I could see, oh, they play become disconnected.
Oh, if that's the case, I have Connect 1. I also have Survive. Does that mean like if I went down there, I'd have a higher chance of surviving or nah?
I'm afraid not, no. Okay.
Well, are we? I guess. Well, we still have that checked. I think Jack could do that one check at least.
Yeah, if you want to.
Does Jack want to?
Do I want to what again? Remind me.
And you could roll your shoot skill in place of heal, essentially.
Hmm.
Shoot intelligence.
Sure. Yeah, I'm good at shoot.
shoot with intelligence.
And
No
various
modifiers,
injuries
right?
resulting from shooting.
No modifiers, right?
That's barely.
It is just sufficient. Um, I apologize. This has been a lengthy conversation. For me to tell you, it looks like those were made with lasers.
You know what? Though it's good. It's actually very good to confirm though, because I was
Yeah.
having the sneaking suspicion maybe it wasn't lasers, and maybe laser reflective shielding's not going to help at all.
I was just,
Oh my
I'm still saying it's saws.
No,
Uh,
it's monofilament
It could be
wire
laser
strung
saws.
across in a spider's
No,
web.
it's laser saws. They have like little like laser tips,
Yes.
like that
Okay.
spin really
Yeah.
quickly.
you probably
There
shouldn't
we
be
go.
giving me ideas.
Oh my god.
But
Okay.
no, more specifically, these are those injuries there are clearly from tracking lasers. Um, there are fewer of them than you saw in the last vault you were at, and they're also not as high powered as the last vault you were at. These look like normal lasers.
So is
Laser
it,
lasers.
Yes.
in regards to using
Laser
my
laser.
drones, is it possible? I'm thinking I know I don't have the manipulator arms, but could I still like just kind of like crudely attach the line shut to there and just try to bump it into place?
Yeah, I was willing to let you try that with the last one. You just had to
Yeah.
take the time to get it secured in a way that you can bump it in and it'll detach. And based on what Jack has seen down here, that these are tracking lasers, there's a high likelihood that you will lose the drone.
All right. Well, I guess it's.
Well,
I
mean,
guess I'm willing.
You
yeah,
said
the
you're
first
trying to
problem's
place the line shunt.
first problem's easy. If we just get like Velcro or something that can pull away fast or with less strength than the gripper on the other side,
Yeah, the first
right?
problem is not difficult for you guys. You have the tools to accomplish that. I could make you roll for it, but wouldn't otherwise.
Oh, actually, yeah, I guess that's a little expensive because my drone's like 5,000 credits.
I think it's
And Nox, I
didn't we
heard you.
pay
Yeah,
didn't we
am
pay
I
less
am I
for
able to place the line
Switch?
shunt?
Like,
It's
how is the drone more expensive than the AI?
you're not, because the hatch looking down is here, and the shunt needs to be placed over here on the other side of this elevator, which does have walls going to the ceiling. So you're not able to see where the line shunt actually, or where you would actually be telekinesing.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. The what I was gonna use was my racing on was 3,000 credits.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I
I
was about to
mean,
say, like, how the hell is it more expensive than the Android?
that's less than a day's worth of spare parts from the salvaging operation there.
Yeah.
And can't you just repair it for cheaper?
Well, I think it depends if it's destroyed or just severely damaged.
Okay. I think we looked that up at one point,
If
but I've forgotten what we found.
like I can repair it if it's damaged, but I don't think I don't think there's a mention of if a drone is destroyed, all fittings are destroyed with it. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
like I
Based on
can
the
repair it with spare
damage,
parts for cheaply enough, but
based on the damage to those people down there, it would get more than just damaged, or may get more than just damaged.
yeah, it's just a stalker there. It's got 5 hit points. So yeah,
So
it would get obliterated.
I have a question.
Mhm.
We have tubes, we have propellant, and we have potatoes. Can we, instead of using the expensive drone, attach the thing to a potato and shoot the potato at the spot?
Same reason that I told Nox Charlie couldn't telekinesis it. It's on the other side of a wall.
Yeah, but you can make tubes with bends in them.
Well, if they're gonna shoot the drone, I feel like they're gonna shoot the tube eventually.
I'm all for this plan and seeing where it goes.
I mean, if
Right.
we're gonna make a tube with bendy anyway, I mean, we could just put a mirror in it, and then he could see where it's going. Right? Just a little periscope. Then he could just do telekinesis stuff.
No, he has to be able to see that with unaided vision.
What? What
No
is this?
mirrors.
Shadowrun? Get out of here.
Yep, I know.
Can he just imagine where it needs to go?
No, you cannot.
Why can't you teleport, Nox?
Because I can move things with my mind.
But not yourself.
I can. I mean, I can pick myself up and move myself a little bit.
Yeah,
You'll-
but I can do that with my feet. Like, what's what
I
you were trying to
I
say?
don't have the chance to trip.
Unless you don't pick yourself up enough.
Literally picking himself up by his bootstraps.
All right. So what are you guys doing? Are you going to dig down and place that one line shunt before proceeding?
I'm gonna go find a backhoe. We're gonna dig a hole. Actually, a well driller would probably be better
Okay.
because we just need a hole, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming this vault's too big to reasonably just, excavate the whole vault, right?
I'm not. No, we're not. The plan is not to excavate the whole vault. The
I
plan
know.
is to dig down next to where we need to put the light.
The first one. Just the first one.
And honestly, if I'm being a generous GM, before you go out do all the effort of digging a hole,
Oh, I wasn't planning on doing any effort. I was gonna get a well driller.
okay. With Charlie looking down that hatch, this first shunt, the one that you'd be trying to dig down to, Charlie could just telekinesis a shunt into place there.
Oh, yeah. That
Okay.
does it cost an effort or
I think it's just for the scene, right?
Oh, I'm letting Nox track that.
That's. I don't have limits on it. I do it for free.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, I loved the idea of digging this hole beside the vault, but
It's not necessary.
it's not
Look,
necessary.
I put a lot of work into coming up with the fact that I could make ground penetrating radar out of a gun with speakers. Like
yeah? How much ammo did you use for that again?
just one. You only have to one single ping. Oh wait, no, I have to do it in my best Scottish Russian accent. Single ping.
Was that your best?
Yeah. Look,
Okay.
I can't do Sean Connery playing a Russian. All right.
Give it all she's got, Captain.
No, that's a different engineer.
But so that
Scottish still.
that invention wasn't wasted. If you wanted to dig a hole into the side of this antechamber, your ground penetrating radar shotgun revealed that you probably could with quite a lot of time and effort of people doing the labor put into it.
I don't like that plan.
It doesn't do anything for the lasers. It just lets you in without going down the ladder.
Yeah. Nice.
And expanding on that, that also means that you could, in theory, do the digging down on the other side, get your positioning right, and then drill a small enough hole that it doesn't take years, but large enough for a shunt to be telekinesed through with visibility to the spot that it needs to go. So your invention actually revealed a lot more information than I originally gave you. I was trying to make it funny at how useless it was.
My inventions are very serious business. No funny business.
Seriously funny.
Yeah, well, they are pretty
A
ridiculous.
little bit.
So it has opened up another option for you. It's one of those options that just takes time instead of
Instead of getting
rolls
lasered.
or resources or hit points. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm all like, are we in a hurry? Is there somewhere we need to be?
Yeah, in the vault.
Okay, well,
Yeah, but I don't want to do manual labor. So I was coming here because I was going to avoid most of that.
well, once again, we're on a planet that has heavy machinery. we're all good at fixing stuff.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Slow down there, Chief. We're not all good at that.
Everybody who's important to the current situation is good at fixing stuff.
Yeah, so they're the guys that are down there.
Was that a question at me or?
No, I was just
Okay.
pointing out that the two guys who are, now in pieces down there are also quote unquote good at fixing stuff.
Yeah, well, I'd put the quotation marks around good rather than the fixing stuff. Not to speak ill of the dead.
I didn't know them very well. That's fine.
No, okay. Let's see. What else? I mean, we could just go get the lasers or the protective things and make some shields. Like, probably wouldn't even be that hard. Just weld some handholds onto the back.
We couldn't make
Or-
like a cage and then just. I was gonna say Fred Flintstone it over there.
Yeah, no need to protect the feet. Who uses those?
Any kind of protection that you create will definitely give you a big advantage against the lasers in this room.
How long
Yeah.
would it take me to cobble together 10 spare parts for a primitive drone?
Can primitive drones go down ladders? Is the important thing here.
They fly, so
Oh, okay.
Like a
yeah,
drone like
a
you would
primitive
keep in
drone
a
is like a drones that we have nowadays.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
The TL3 drone.
quadcopter, yeah.
Yeah,
quadcopter.
think little
Yeah. Okay.
quadcopters.
Yeah. The time delay on that is really the construction of it. That's supposed to take a week. I would
Oh,
certainly
it does take that
reduce
long.
that for it being just a primitive drone. Or you could just jury rig it, basically.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
only need it to last long enough to go down and slam into a wall.
Yeah, but it's still gonna take longer than some of your other options. That is an option. It'll just take longer than some of these other options.
That's
Got
something I'll have
an
to
amount
look
of
at.
time, right?
I'll have to look at in the future then. Get a couple primitive drones going.
The only time pressure that anyone knows about is, I believe it's Jack. And the only pressure there is you know that other people know where this is located. Actually, all of you know that other people know where this is located.
Hmm.
Well, and on the grander scale, I always in the back of my head is that Spectre Star thing. Just raising that again.
Does Nemesis raise that in character?
The what?
I've probably raised it once. I don't know if I'll raise it here unless we're talking about spending another week here. The Spectre Star, the white hole device that we used in Sue
Mm-hmm.
SOS is a that we determined that was Spectre Star technology. It wasn't pre-tech specifically.
What's Spectre Star? Did I miss
It's
like
a
an entire?
megacorp.
Did you guys find out about it in a different game?
No, it was right after we took the white hole device. I mean, it may not have registered to y'all, but it was like, oh yeah, this is technology from this megacorp.
Yeah, I'll fill in some
And the
exposition
news
here.
will.
Don't remember that at all.
Spectre Star Technologies is one of the 3 major megacorps of the sector. They produce most of the androids in the sector, and other small household products. The other 2 megacorps are, of course, Mercure Corps and Union.
Okay.
I
So
know.
that's something that's always in the back of my head. Is like like they're probably going to be looking for that.
Let's see. Okay, so their androids and expert systems are their most visible products.
Interesting.
Aside from their prevalence in androids and expert systems, they actually don't have a whole lot of household name. Yet they are still one of the 3 major megacorps in the sector.
Like Repco Enterprise from Fallout.
I don't know the reference, but if you do, I will assume you got it right.
Swing and a miss. God, we gotta like really dig deep into Dex's psyche and find something that we can reference that.
You gotta start referencing more apocalyptic and human consciousness movies.
I
Well, it's an
mean,
apocalyptic game.
yeah.
Movies, not games. I don't get to play too many games.
I feel like he's playing a game with us right now.
It's
The-
Yeah,
one
and
of
it's
the
called
only-
Stars Without Number.
yeah, exactly.
And it's the only game I get to play.
Well, regardless,
That's not accurate.
what
It's true.
how's the vault going?
Yeah, I feel like we've just been in character and out of character joking around.
Well, I would rather I would rather work on the drone thing than do manual labor. I'm throwing that out there. If we're gonna take a lot of time, I'd rather do it the easy way.
All right, so let me write down the options that we've got. We've got dig, drone, shield. What other ideas have you guys discussed? Foam bomb.
Yeah, well, that was sort of a
That's more like security bots if we run into them.
Okay.
I think.
yeah.
All right, I'll take that aside.
I might work on the lasers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how long it takes them to burn through the foam.
Well, in that vein, heavy smoke does interfere with lasers.
Mm.
But those are the 3 ideas that you've currently got. You want me to put timeframes to those?
Yeah, how long would they take?
Okay, so the shield will be the fastest. You have the materials, and you're just basically cobbling something together. I would let you do that in, say, 15, maybe half an hour. We'll put it at 30 minutes.
Mhm.
It offers you the least amount of personal safety because of that cobbling it together from parts that you need to maintain their own structural integrity. So it's like you're tying together a bunch of shields and there's going to be cracks in them.
Yeah.
It does provide a strong measure of safety, but not perfect. The drone. Meowkin, do me a favor and look up how long it takes to, by the rules, to jury rig a device. I believe it's a quarter of the time. And the dig, I'm going to put that at oof. Let's say just a few hours to dig down, but then add up the rest of the time up to 24 hours to drill this hole through the walls of the vault to be able to get all the way through and look at the other side of it. That's 24
Mhm.
hours. The shield is going to take a fixed check to put together. The drone will take a fixed check if it's jury rigged to see if it functions. The dig is no checks.
Theoretically, how would we go about filling the whole chamber with smoke?
That would
Smart-
just
sort of-
yeah,
Yeah, I
that,
mean,
that would just
there
be
are
some kind of
chemicals that can
smoke
do
bomb
that.
device. I don't think that that's beyond the capabilities of any of your engineers, so I'm not going to try and get into the physics of it.
We just
Okay.
bring out the fog machine.
All right,
No, different. That was in a different game.
half the normal time to build. Okay. Well, and I believe having assistance cuts down the time in half. I remember
Yeah.
the building rules.
Sounds right.
There was something else you could do that yeah, having
Isn't
at
it?
least one assistant halves this time. I thought there was
Isn't-
one other thing you could do that would have the time again, but maybe I'm.
I thought having a fancy workshop did something.
It
Like,
might
didn't the workshop do something? Or am I misremembering that?
also your skill level, I think.
I don't remember the skill level affecting the time, but let me go ahead and just put if Nemesis is really skilled with drones already. So I'm gonna step outside the rules for a minute with that and say that it would take her basically 12 hours, 1 day's worth of work, or 1 8-hour day of work. Let's just go with that, 8 hours. It does still have the jury-rigged device fix check to see if it even works at the time of use.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. I'm down for Box of Doom. Like we've done that in the past and it worked okay.
Okay.
That's I mean, if we're doing this as a vote, because Jai's not here.
Anybody else contributing to that vote? You don't want to leave important decisions only up to Zoe. Trust me.
Yeah. Look, I vote for Box of Doom, but I'm not going in it.
I don't know if Jack in game like actually understands enough of what this plan consists of.
We make a box out of the armored panels. We lower it down the thing until it's in the room. Then whoever's in it, sidles up to wherever we need to put the shunt, slaps it on the wall, while constantly being barraged by anti-vehicle lasers.
Oh no, these just lasers, remember?
Oh yeah, lasers.
Yeah, just slap it on like a piece of flex tape. Is that?
Yeah, basically.
Mm.
It actually looks
Show
a
the
lot
power
like
of these
flex tape.
labors. I sawed that person in half.
We can also fill up the room with smoke if that helps people cope.
Would it
Easy
make
to
it
deal with
easier
labors
to
if
see
you
the
don't have to look
lasers?
at them.
Although, wait, the air is argon, so yeah, no, the smoke would stay in here. Yeah, because the smoke would be heavier than the argon. I'm actually not sure in a full argon environment if the smoke would even like float at all.
Just means you need to use more of it.
That's okay.
So do we know the characteristics of the laser? Like, is this a laser that we have to is there a possibility to dodge, or is it more of a laser you just have to like
Hey,
endure?
hey, Dex.
Mhm.
I go into the kitchen and ask Ivan to give me a turkey.
Ivan is at the dig site.
Oh,
You're gonna have to fetch the turkey all on your own.
I know,
I mean,
horrific.
No,
I-
we
I-
could go to Ivan and then tell Ivan to get on the ship to grab the turkey and then go back to the dig site.
you know what? I just go get a big rock and tie it to a rope and lower it down in there. What happens?
How big of a rock are we talking?
Head sized.
Okay. So Zoe is almost being pulled into the antechamber.
You're right. In that case, I tie a rope to a rock and I tell somebody else to lower it down.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and lower it.
Okay.
So I asked the question to begin with.
You lower the rock down, and there is a few second delay, but after that, the lasers quickly activate, activate all at once, and they are the glaring red that Jack had seen the previous time. They all, well, not they all, three of them from this angle focus straight on that rock. I might have that wrong. It might be four. Hang on, this is important. Oh, I'm sorry. At any point in this antechamber, up to 8 lasers can track. So 8 lasers hit that rock. And quickly begin heating it up. After a few seconds, it explodes. Not like a huge explosion, but it cracks and has its own little explosion outwards and crumbles away from the rope, which then catches on fire.
Hmm.
You have a burning rope now.
That answers that question.
But the lasers, if Jack did any kind of experimenting with them by swinging the rock back and forth, were very adept at tracking it.
Do you have some extra of that like reflective material just to like try it out, send it down there?
You guys can probably spare a little bit.
Yeah, I don't need a big piece. It's just enough to like get hit by the laser to see how long it lasts, right?
The plan here was just to see how bad the lasers were.
For assessment of that, they weren't perfect tracking. They were good tracking, but continuing to move will increase odds of survival. Obviously, staying stuck still is the worst thing that can be done in there. In mechanical terms, an evasion save is allowed as long as you are moving. But the tracking is good enough that the evasion save is not going to completely negate damage.
This be a good time to mention that I have only 19 hit points. No?
Yeah, well, that sounds like a you problem.
I'm just saying, when it comes time for like, who goes in the box, I don't know if I'm the best candidate.
This appears to be a metagamey issue.
Do you
Yeah.
guys want to take a minute to talk about this out of character?
I mean, yeah, you only have 4 points less HP than I do.
Yeah, why don't
I'm
you
just,
guys go ahead and take 5 minutes just to figure out what you want to do out of character, and then we'll jump back in character so you guys can put that plan into action.
Oh, my mic's muted.
Oh,
Oh,
that's not helpful.
box,
Yeah, so we're
smoke,
sending someone
and
down
what
and
else?
scrapping the drone plan, or
Dig, drone, shield, or box, I'll rename that, and smoke.
Or a combination of any of the above.
Yes.
And there's 2 line shunts to be placed at separate locations.
You've already
One
managed to place one.
Yeah. And the one we're trying to do is like way deep in there.
Mm-hmm. It's on the other side of a wall that you can't see through. An internal wall. And now I'll step back as a GM to let you guys talk.
hmm.
What are the thoughts of like the combination of strategies, I guess?
So what, like make a box, put a drone in it, and smoke the place?
I mean, it's the best of all the worlds, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
yeah, I mean, I think buying the drones in time would be helpful, one way or the other. Question is, how difficult that makes to navigate to the spot that I need the line shot.
Digging takes time, but it's a guaranteed way to get things done.
I just wanted to check like how effective the actual shielding is. 'Cause it gives us a bit, because it's gonna get hit, right? Like it's not a question of like if it's going to happen. It's like that it's definitely, but like how long it lasts. So
I think the problem with making like a suit, like making armor out of it and going down there is there's going to inevitably be a crack or two. The durability of the shielding is not in question, I don't think, because this is scavenged from basically where it's bouncing off like anti-vehicle lasers, which we know these are not.
Okay.
Were we able to see where these lasers are coming from?
The walls, I thought it was just like
Like exactly where on the walls?
If you guys want to see exactly where the lasers are coming from, you'd have to devise some kind of mirror. What you can see without any additional tools is that they are coming from high up, and it is probably along the walls, yes.
Okay.
If you're gutsy, you could try poking your head down. Just enough to see, below the ceiling.
I feel like that's a good way to lose some hair.
You didn't really need it.
or bits of your head.
It might not be the important bits.
Fair enough.
What are the unimportant bits of your head?
Eyebrows.
uh,
Ear tips.
I mean,
All of those maintain my natural charisma.
Hmm.
Fair point.
I guess we can like. Do we have enough materials for multiple attempts, or is it just the one?
I mean, I could pump out quite a few drones if they cost a quarter as much. That's 2.5 spare parts each. Wait, hold on.
So it's mostly the time to build a drone, right?
Yeah, costs 1/4 as much as a normal device. It costs 250. It's actually like what 1.5. Hold on, let me math here.
Just call it 2. I mentioned when I converted all building to just spare parts. I basically said that if anything costs a portion
Okay.
of 50, then it costs a whole spare part. So even if the drones
Yep.
cost 52, that's 2 spare parts.
Yep, 62.5 to trigger your primitive drone.
Yep.
So yeah, 2 spare parts. And that's a drop in the bucket of what we have or gonna be hauling in. So
Holy
Yeah,
crap!
no.
Making a drone with 2 spare
and
parts.
thousands of parts.
they're big spare
Worst
parts.
offcuts in history.
I mean, yeah, each unit of spare parts is not just one piece, so
Yeah.
there's maintaining some immersion there.
I'd also like to think that with the fancy workshop that we have, that you do have like like a something that can like cut things to size.
Oh yeah, you've got all the tools that would make scrap metal into usable parts, just not great quality with the time that you're trying to spend on it.
I
A
suggest
lot of
that
good
we
enough in there.
I suggest that we do the box with the drone inside first, and if that fails,
You're not gonna put the drone in. I don't think you're gonna be able to put the drone in a cube. These things aren't gonna support any weight.
what things?
Mhm.
The drones, they
You're not putting the drone in the box. I don't think it's gonna
Well,
fly like that.
I was gonna think like lowering a box, and then when you get to the place, like we open the box and the drone comes out.
Oh, that's not terrible. Okay.
so a person in a box with a drone.
So as a person up top, we got a box with some rope tied to it, and we lower the box as quickly or as slowly as we need to with the shielding, right? And then
Mhm.
once it gets to the desired location, so it's made most of the way there, the box opens and the drone comes out to, do what it needs to do.
Okay.
Can we attempt to manually disarm things before we jump to building stuff?
Yes.
I do have my own sneak skill.
Yes. I did not want to push that, but that is also an option.
Yeah, most people saw the dead bodies and were like, let's throw some stuff down there, not people's.
I know it's an electronic lock, but
Nope, sneak works for electronic stuff. In fact,
Let's
I
sneak
was
into the
quite
future.
pleased to see Kevin Crawford's comment on somebody else's question. It's the same question just yesterday.
neat.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're a thief of the future. You know how to deal with electronics.
yeah, he
Future
supported my
thief.
position that sneak is for defeating all those security measures. Fix and program are the alternatives.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and make a check at that, if that's okay.
I just prefer to hack it because then we can just shut it all down.
Yeah, the
Like, permanently.
advantage of hacking is you get more control. The disable through sneaking leaves me as a GM with a lot more control over. Like I could easily just say, okay, it's shut down for 6 seconds. Now go. Or I could say, if you fail, all right, everything goes haywire. Now the lasers are just firing constantly. Where I don't have quite as much liberty with the others.
Well, I mean, we only need this to shut down long enough to put in a line shunt, and then we can just hack it the new-fashioned way.
Yeah, and that's actually what I was going to, the direction that I was going to go with it. This is a very high-tech security system, obviously. And so while the difficulty for you to temporarily disable it is not going to be in the 12 and 14 range, it's not going to be a permanent solution.
Yeah.
So I'll give you two options. Difficulty 8 attempt or disabling attempt to short circuit it long enough that somebody could possibly get down there and get that line shunt placed, and then try and find some safety. It would essentially give you 6 seconds with the follow up from, well, I'll just say it's 15 seconds to run down there, place a shunt, and scramble back up while Nemesis waits for the system to reboot so that she can hack it. Or,
Are we still in out of character land?
yeah. Let me just finish
Okay.
up your options here. Or
Yeah.
difficulty 10 for a longer term disabling effect that lasts 1d4 plus your sneak skill times 15 minutes.
Okay. Because it might just be a non-issue. I can run up these walls.
Okay.
Granted, I won't go down there without some kind of shielding, but that's a matter of disable it, run down there with the shunt and the cone, and then just run back up with holding the cone.
Okay. So let's
I'd
go
be
back.
protected the whole way through.
Let's go back in character so that Charlie can present his idea.
Oh no.
Wow. I know if I could run up walls, I would be bragging about it.
Sure, but I have an intelligence of 6.
I would say that if you're disabling it,
I said I would be bragging
so,
about it.
somebody else should be getting ready to, go down with the line shut.
Who else can run up and down these walls?
I don't know about running, but I'm pretty dexterous.
You can jump down, but then you're stuck.
But there is a ladder going down. It's
Yeah,
just
there's
gonna.
Is there a ladder going down?
There
Okay,
is a
no,
ladder going down. It's just that
Okay.
running up a wall is a lot faster than climbing a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was under the impression that it is a hole.
Oh,
Well,
my
it is
bad.
a hole with a ladder.
Yeah.
That it was just a hole. There was no ladder involved.
Yeah, my
Are you still
apologies.
holding on to that rope? Is it still burning?
If you're still holding on to it, it is still burning.
Okay.
Well, I think, in the interest of just moving things along faster, you're saying like you can disable this for some period of time.
I'm gonna quickly make a test roll on Google Rolls.
I don't mind if you make test rolls in Roll20 if you prefer. Just as long as you let me know what you're doing.
An average roll lets me hit 10.
Did you guys build a plan for this?
I think most of the stuff at the entrance we hadn't really planned on.
We
I-
could take some time and really, really dig deep into the plan here.
I mean, I guess this is all kind of planning phase, isn't it?
Mm,
Kind of. I didn't actually feel like you had made a plan for this vault to begin with.
I pretty much just slapped the plan for the other one on, but that
Okay.
one went differently.
Yeah, no, and you do have to spend some time actually planning out the elements with the people that will be involved in it.
What was that? 15 minutes to up to 8 hours
Yeah,
for the planning period.
dependent on the scope of the action.
Do we even have the materials and stuff?
yeah, we do.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna have. So Charlie is going to attempt to basically short it out, get down there, and place the line shot, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
So it's a two-person plan between Nemesis and Charlie. Yeah, that's only going to take you 15 minutes to kind of map out. Nemesis, based on what you guys have seen of the inside, can basically give him a little bit of assist of where she saw the lasers, what the most direct route is. Most of this is all stuff that Charlie is already completely familiar with, but the plan at least is some kind of reassurance, and will give you that aid check or any checks that you make while doing this.
Yeah. So I can
Now,
always roll an extra +1 on your failed checks.
are you also going with the building of the box?
I would really appreciate it.
Yeah,
I would
mean,
like some kind of protection just in case things don't work out.
Okay, so you
Sure.
can include that in the plan.
Yeah.
Build a laser reflecting box.
Okay.
And that would be it, yeah.
You guys want to start making some rolls and see how well this goes?
Okay.
Yeah, let's actually do something.
Let's go ahead and get a fix roll for making that box. Int fix from, I'm assuming, Zoe.
Yep, that's she's gotten good at making boxes. She's got her. She's got her whole
Degree in box making.
her whole system figured out here.
Okay.
That is a very square box.
Okay. And Nox, are you going to go for the difficulty 8 or the 10?
I'm going to go for the 10.
Okay. Go ahead and give it a roll.
Excellent.
That's successful. Your sneak skill is 2. So you've actually got 45 minutes to get down there and do what you need to do.
You can have a leisurely stroll.
I'm going to sprint.
Nice. I like how we went through all this planning, and he was just like, "Nah, I got 45 minutes."
No, I like he does it, and it was like I have to wait for it to reboot afterwards, anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like we end up just waiting 45 minutes for me able to hack it.
I'll let him re-enable the system.
Oh, okay.
I don't need for his extra skill to become a detriment.
That's fair.
All right. It's a little bit harrowing descending into this antechamber, circular antechamber, at the bottom of which, or at the bottom of the shaft, where there are bodies that have been sawed in half by lasers. It doesn't smell great in here. Oh wait, you guys can't breathe anyway, so you're all wearing filters. It looks like it wouldn't smell great in here.
Good cover. Nobody got it.
Well, I mean, they only start smelling when it decays, right?
The
I
sight
th-
is deafening.
the charred flesh, I think, would probably smell.
Oh, that's true.
But Charlie is able to sprint over. The box's construction is sturdy, but moving around in it does show its faults. It it definitely would have been risky coming in the box, although much safer than not having the box. He placed the shunt, and then I'm assuming he sprints and runs back up the wall.
Yep.
Okay. At Charlie's speed, it would look to the rest of you like he didn't finish the job. He's gone. He hits the floor and runs off. You guys lose sight of him, and he's running back as if there's a grizzly bear behind him, and he abandoned his objective.
But
Uh,
to my
not-
perspective, did I actually place it down?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Charlie?
No, it's in. We're good.
X'd it out.
I mean, you are the one person I think that is in the perfect position to confirm whether or not that's true.
You can go check. I don't recommend it, but you can go check.
Yeah, the system's still shut down though, right?
I don't trust these systems.
I don't
You
trust
do
anything.
you do see sparks coming out where he jammed some tools in to disable the system. If those circuits reconnect at any point, the security system, this advanced, circuits of the future, will probably find a way around his bypass and re-enable. This is not a permanent solution.
Hmm.
But I have to wait for that to reconnect before I can hack, right? Or can I go ahead and start hacking now?
I can reconnect it at any time.
Yeah, he can pull his tools out and unjam the system, so to speak, so that it boots back up.
Hmm.
And I assume Charlie does that?
If everyone's ready, then yeah.
Okay.
I had this stealth drone made. I don't know. I wouldn't trust. I wouldn't want to put it out there because it's expensive as heck. But
All right. The system takes a few seconds, 10, 15 seconds to reboot, and then Nemesis has access to the screen again.
all right. Well, then let's go ahead and try to disable these lasers.
Okay. Int program as hacking. All right. Let me.
Believe is that just enough, or do I?
Well, you've got the +1 because you had to identify the shunts.
Yeah. I think it was base 10, so
Right, but this is
I think
a
that puts it at 11, and then
major governmental system, so it's also at a +2 there. I believe that was a +2.
this
Yeah.
was just suppressing. Hold on. We suppressing, or we had to make it a subvert. I don't remember.
Sorry, I keep forgetting the actual. This is just a suppress, unless you want to sabotage. But no, it's or subvert.
I wouldn't blame it looking at suppressing.
Okay,
Which
so
I think brings it up to. I think that only brings it up to 11 total.
It
right?
does exactly. Okay,
So that's just enough.
so you get your I'm in.
So, yeah, and I saved my rerolls and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm in, and the lasers are down. Who wants to go first?
Oh, I guess I will.
Do you take the box with you?
You'll hurt my feelings if you take the box for safety.
I won't take the box.
Yeah,
Bye.
definitely take the box.
No, that's okay. I would have done that too.
You know what? No,
Take the
now
box.
you're hurting my feelings thinking that I would think that I would need the box.
Take the box. Or don't, I don't care. We'll find out if it's still on with your dead body. I mean,
I can bring it back up. I don't.
I'll take one side of the box, sort of like a shield situation.
wow,
It's
you know what?
welded together.
I worked hard on this box. Now you're hurting my feelings.
Hurt feelings all around.
Yeah.
All
like,
right,
what the heck?
lasers erupt from feelings. Everybody dies.
Oh, okay. Well,
All right,
who wants
new
who wants
campaign,
to
y'all.
go play something else? I mean,
Cards Against Humanity, anyone?
So how's it going, Jai?
I think
Oh,
Lulu
wow.
might have fallen asleep.
Oh no, I'm still here. I was just working on grading papers. What's going on?
Oh,
We're all dead.
Yeah.
Dexter
turns
got
out,
tired of us taking so long getting to this vault. We just
Yeah,
killed him.
as it turns out, lasers don't care about your feelings.
Hmm. Well, maybe we should play Lasers and Feelings next time.
Yeah.
ooh, that's a fun game. Although I prefer Tactical Waifu.
oh
Great.
my. You guys are able to descend into the antechamber, and no mini death lasers are poking at you.
We did it.
We survived today.
Did we?
We bypassed a single trap, y'all.
Yeah, it only took us 2 hours.
Better than bypassing 0 traps.
No, it's an hour and a half.
It's fair. All right. So we go down into the room. Do we die?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do any other hacking. So
Yes, you do make it into the room. You do not die. And would you guys like to, or be willing to take an early break today?
it's fine
Sure.
by me.
I see a part. This is reused content, and I see a part of it that needs to be converted into some changes that I've made between the seasons.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and come back at just before
Hey,
1.
hey, Dex.
Yeah.
Have we been on this planet for 3 days yet?
I don't think you have yet. I'll check my timeline during the break.
Okay.
It took us a few days to do the
The industrial
to
search.
open all the vaults and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did.
Just think about it and let me know. I'm gonna go get something to eat.
I'm
Okay.
waiting. I'm waiting to find a loot box in this vault.
Right?
All right, go ahead and come on back at. We'll just say 1 o'clock.
Actually, if the loot boxes go with their previous things, we'll find a key to all these places that we just spent forever trying to open.
Yeah, lol.
And no, it's gonna be the radio station.
Yeah.
Let me bring us back onto the frame, and then we'll do a quick recap for Lulu here. Somebody do the recap for Lulu.
I guess the ultimate solution. So we found I guess you already know. We found the hatch to the vault. This is one that's just like a hatch. There's a ladder going down, and there's tracking lasers around the perimeter.
All right, we knew all that in the first 5 minutes.
Yes, exactly. And we settled on basically Charlie shorted the system to temporarily disable the lasers so he could set up the second line shunt that I needed. And then got out of there, and then I have hacked and permanently shut, or at least while those line shunts are in place, the system is suppressed for however long we want it to be. And after that, that's where we're at.
I see. Well,
There were a lot of interesting options proposed, though.
all right, yeah. Get back to work, you fucking.
This will the discussion will inspire me to spend some spare time on tranking out jury-rigged primitive drones.
Okay. Yeah, build a lot of them. There is a chance that upon actually activating them, they just fail.
All right.
All right. Well, let's jump back into the action here. You guys have gotten yourself inside the vault, at least the vault's main as you know it. And I'll fast forward through a little bit of this part, the exploration of the non-secret parts of the vault. There are tons of excuse me. There's tons of equipment stashed here. You're able to estimate that there are about 50 tons of equipment neatly packed up and ready for transport. It looks like they were just stashed here, as you do with a vault. As well as some there we go. As well as smaller packaged items. They are stored with a spec sheet that lists them as advanced microchips with superior heat tolerance and dissipation, improved cold tolerance, various improvements throughout. There are a few places where notes have been written, and there are also a handful of prototype thermal pistols using these chips.
Ooh.
The chips. Of the chips, there are about 80 decitons, or effectively 8 tons, but they sell by the tenth of a ton when you go to sell them. So list them as 80 decitons at factor 850. In fact, I will put that into a chat for you. Once I format it how I want it. This is formatted a little bit differently than I would like, because it was written before I decided on different formatting, but that's fine. Wow. Discord hates this formatting.
Trying to copy and paste from the PDF.
No, from my Word docs.
Oh.
Alright. There's the regular equipment salvage. And the microchips are actually listed as outships for Zoe's purposes.
Okay.
Which means if you find a place that needs specifically military or astronautic categories, then whatever their needs are added to your role. Also, more generally, if they need electronic parts or things that aren't specific category listings, then they'll also get those bonuses.
Okay.
Kamiega needs military, right?
I'm sorry, I missed that.
I say Kamiega.
Kamiega?
Would like military stuff.
They do like military stuff. I may as well just give you the rest of the information on those prototypes, because I'm sure you guys are going to be reviewing that, yes?
I do love me some prototypes.
Yeah.
Sorry, what prototypes now?
That got his attention.
Yeah, somebody heard prototypes.
Let
You're running.
me make sure there's nothing else on here. Yep. The parts in parts that are written, you will have to have somebody like Jack or Nova translate for you. They are in symbolic trend. And you can get all of that information after some review of their spec sheets and their design notes. You don't know that information about them immediately, but just give Zoe or Nemesis or Jai even an hour or two to look over them and take a gander at the working and the slagged pistols, and they'll be able to give you that mechanical understanding.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Because of the way this vault is set up, it's going to take a lot longer to get those tons of equipment out. The 80 decitons only count as 8 tons, so obviously they're a lot easier to pull out. But the 50 tons of equipment salvage, if you want to get all 58 equivalent tons, with the crew that you have here with you, which includes Switch and Android once she is satisfied that she's not going to fall apart at the stub of a toe, then it will take you about 2 days, along with, and that includes time setting up various pulley systems to make the job easier.
I think that's fine, actually. We can stay here a few days or a couple of days. We can means we can continue getting salvage organized over in the other place. So I think that's perfectly fine. Are there any objections to it?
I'm fine with that.
It does mean manual labor.
Well, yeah, but
That's too well. That's good. Yeah, I mean, we've been saying that Nemesis needs a bit more of a workout.
I'm perfectly physically fit. Thank you very much. I just don't like it.
Well, you've been on your computer too long, so.
Gonna make you spend a skill point in Exert next level, by the way.
No,
No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that.
no, I was saving those skill points.
I would not actually do that. That would be a jerk move. Development is entirely for the player to decide.
Well, I might end up doing that myself anyways, because yeah, it does make a lot of sense as how much manual labor they make you do.
No, if you've got plans for those points, then don't let that get in your way. Alright, let me slip back over to Varistian and the Komako factory. In the 1 day of work that you've been able to accomplish, let's see, you've got 5 people. Is Jai getting his hands dirty in the physical labor too?
Yeah, a little bit. I think I noted he was probably mostly focused on examining cybernetics, but he'd be looking for anything particularly interesting too. So yeah, he's getting involved.
Like, you stayed behind because you had the lead skill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Sure.
having anybody with at least one admin and or lead greatly improves your salvage rate.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so in your 1 day already, and actually let me just add the plus 2 more days of time that it's going to take the others at the vault to...
I mean, if Nemesis indicates they're finished, we can actually switch off after the first day and let Nemesis deal with labor with organizing things over here.
Yeah, I could administrate. Anything to get me doing less physical labor.
That means Jai can check in on the lab boys again.
Okay.
Well,
Let me
yeah.
do a quick reassess then. So that's day 1 salvage. I won't cause the swap to take any time. Days 2 and 3. So day 2 and 3 we'll have Nemesis's fix is how much?
My fix is 2. Wait, I think the fix 2 or 1. Hold on, I stepped away for a second. My administer is 2, but I also have fix at 2.
Okay.
So yeah, that should boost things a bit.
It certainly does.
I do much better at a supervisory role.
Well,
200 there.
yeah, Jai's learned to delegate on issues he doesn't really care about.
That almost doubles your yield.
Yep.
Okay, so on
So-
the
So,
day.
so Dexter, can I I need a personal supply of spare parts.
Mhm.
Are you about to skim off the top?
Mhm.
Jesus.
I maybe
Hey,
there might just
hey.
be just a little light embezzlement.
Hey, Zoe, I'd like to point out that since you get a pretty significant share of any of our
Yeah, no, she's literally stealing from me. It's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, no, somebody's. I'll start thinking of pranks. She'll pay for it. She'll pay for the one way or another.
Just
Yeah.
a couple hundred spare parts.
Yeah, a couple hundred.
I mean,
It's like $2,000.
So let me tell you what Jai gets on his day of managing this, and then I'll tell you what Nemesis gets on her 2 days of managing, and you can decide how much you turn over to Zoe and the cargo, and how much the Nemesis keeps.
I probably wouldn't skip more than 10%. That's to be fair.
God.
Okay, so
I mean, even then, you're still
parts-
keeping. Where are you
parts per
putting it
drone.
all?
Well, probably my bedroom. I mean, it's a couple hundred spare parts. That'll fit in my bedroom easy. I think. How much are they? It's like that would just fit under my bed, I think.
No. Oh.
Amazing.
I mean, let's be honest. Would you notice if I was pulling them from our existing pile of spare parts?
Yeah.
Zoe would.
All right. Well, that's a good thing I'm embezzling for the parts that aren't in the inventory yet.
Oh, you're meddling with forces you don't understand.
Look, it's not going to be enough for y'all to notice. I just need a little bit extra for my drones because I haven't been paid lately.
Yeah, because we haven't been paid lately. I mean, I don't.
Great.
Yeah, steal from the people helping you. I'm sure that'll end well.
It's not stealing. It's just
Stealing.
It's just
Communism.
Stealing.
It's not stealing, it's embezzlement.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
classier.
Yeah, that's just stealing with a tux on. Like, let's
It's
not
just, it's
get
just
ahead
a
of ourselves.
loan. He'll put it back once he gets paid.
Look,
Uh-huh.
I'm using. I'll be using the materials for the ship anyways to benefit y'all.
You're making more racing drones, and that's not a benefit to anyone.
Look, I need that drone control link so I can race myself.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Jai, we need to talk about that.
Uh-huh.
I think we need to talk about your addiction to racing drones that you then never use because they're too expensive.
All right. So Dex, what were the numbers? Or wait, no, you're just showing it to them. Okay.
no, I'm just gonna spit it out to all you guys, and I can type it up later if you like, but I'd prefer somebody else did it for me. So
Okay.
Jai gets 230 spare parts in his day of oversight.
Mm-hmm.
and bulk salvage called Trin Machinery Salvage. At well, fix of 1 and a factor of 300. It's actually important to include that fix in there because Nemesises will be slightly more valuable.
All right, how many tons of that?
Sorry, 10 tons of that. One thing that Jai notes is that the this bulk salvage, the availability of it is pretty good. You're actually being limited by your lack of sufficient infrastructure to move as much tonnage as you could collect.
That's fair.
All
Oh,
right.
did we find anything special?
You did not find anything special.
Okay, that's fine.
Nemesis, in her 2 days, is able to manage the collection of 840 spare parts. 20 tons of that same Trin machinery salvage, but this is at a fix of 2.
Is the factor different?
The factor does not change. And Nemesis, how much of that? How many of the spare parts are going into her room?
Maybe I'll keep it in check. Maybe I'll start off timid. I'm just gonna do 30 spare parts.
How much are spare parts worth again?
They're worth 50 credits each.
All right, and how much do they weigh?
They're 1 encumbrance per 3. They can bundle.
Yeah.
All right, so you stole
So,
10 encumbrance worth
10
of
encumbrance.
spare bits. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm
Probably
not
1,500
I'm
credits.
not really a thief, but you know, I might get more bold
right.
in the future. We'll see.
I'm gonna go ahead and update the ship inventory with
But
all this crap.
I'm taking advantage of the fact that, you know, with my administer and fix that I bring in higher yields anyways. So,
Mhm.
you know, if a lot of that higher yield's missing, no one's gonna notice, right?
Well, Zoe might. Jai doesn't personally care, so it works out,
By the
I
way,
guess.
you need to pay your crew. This month is only paying for Ivan, Elena, and Alexei.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa, Jonas, Ashanti, and Lily Grace are technically kind of starting this month because you gave them
Didn't we decide that we were gonna do partial payment for the first month until they?
we can if you want to make it more well, if
Look,
you
whatever is easier for you. I don't care.
I mean, I can simply
Not
split
worried
their
about it.
their normal monthly rate in half. So let's go the 3,600 for your Russian crew, and then yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and calculate the others. Let's see, it's 600. Oh yeah. 8, 6, and another 3,000 for the new crew for their half month.
So 6,600.
Mhm. Yeah, that's not terribly unreasonable.
Yeah, that's not bad. Okay.
Okay. All right. So the ship inventory should be updated.
Oof.
So
Oh,
let's see. Let's see what we've still got for all of our crap.
You know what? Let me go ahead and combine Nemesis and Jai. There are some things that also you only get every 3 full days,
Mm-hmm.
and it would feel kind of cheaty if I said, "Well, you switched administrators, so you start the
game
day is
logic.
over."
Oh, I want to say really quick. Speaking of 3 full days,
Oh yeah, yeah. This is 3 full days now. Let me
Yeah.
do your roll here. Um, I'll give you the benefit on the second one of Well, I'll tell you what it is after you roll it. Nemesis, go ahead and roll me an int fix check. This is a difficulty of 10.
What's the name of this planet
Boy.
we're on again?
Uh,
Trinta Shade?
Fade.
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 Difficulty 10, you said, right?
Difficulty 10.
I'm an expert.
This is something that you could reroll.
Do it.
Dude, I just guessed on that spelling.
Oh,
man.
no. It's not
You
player.
almost got it right. There's an I in between N and T.
Trinita. Gotcha. There we go. I was gonna put an apostrophe in there, but that's
That's
fantasy,
tragic.
not science
I
fiction.
felt something. I'm not sure what.
All right, and while we're doing timeline stuff, let me go ahead and figure out where you guys are in time, so that if there are any news broadcasts, I can give them to you without doing 30 of them at once. Oh, hey, something new does come up.
Sweet.
Is it the Spectre Star battle cruiser?
Nope, that's
yeah,
a different
right
spreadsheet. I have to check for that.
Yeah, right above us.
All right. News travels into the system because of Camiego and the piracy that goes on. Despite this being a black system for fuel and services, news transmissions still do come in. Let me put a pause to the music here so we can listen with ease. That is 32510109. $109. All right. Everybody able to hear on Roll20? Do you need me to play the Hidden Richard track just to confirm?
Yeah, play the Hidden Richard track.
The following broadcast is not
Yep, I hear
suitable
it.
for musicians of handmade
Excellent.
music and
Okay.
children
I'm sorry,
under
I can't
3
stop the
years
Hidden
of
Richard
age.
track. It has to continue to
The
completion.
end is coming, Xander. This hurts you.
It's still great.
Whatever you ask, I'm just gonna say yes. 'Cause it's funny.
Okay, here's your news.
Winvincible proved she's more than a pretty voice under an angel's mask today, when a corner of that mask was chipped off by a bullet that missed its mark. Well, it should have been a better shot and got her in the head. Painted black lips, the most Winnie's fans have ever seen of her face, curled into a sneer for one worrying second before she exploded into violence. In a blur of bullets and blood, Winvincible painted the stage of Kennedy Theatre a deep, satisfying red. 24 would-be hitmen and hitwomen stained the imported redwood, some moaning an agonized chorus when she finally reholstered her SMG and finished the concert with her hit single, Vulnerable. This is Clementine, forever hot for Winvincible, reporting for ABNN.
Why do we have so much news about Win fucking Vincible?
She is amazing.
Apparently,
Also-
Clementine likes her.
Like, are you just like trying to put in as many song titles into this as possible?
Or does Clementine own that news station or whatever? I
She-
wonder.
Whatever. All right.
Amazing.
All right.
I bought her music, right?
You did.
Is it, and it was confirmed a bop.
Confirmed a what?
A bop.
Is it a bop?
Is it good music?
Oh, yeah. Think of like basically Sia when Sia came out.
Who?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm not recognizing that either. I think he might be old, Dex.
No,
we're
she's
we're
not
having a
old.
cross-generational like miscommunication here.
She's only like 8 years old.
What?
I don't think she's even that far.
Who the?
Been around for 8 years, you mean?
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Okay. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, she's older than 8 years old.
Jeez.
I will post some of Sia's music later. When I think of Winvincible, I actually do think of a Sia performance. One of the reasons being that Sia, up until I think recently, never showed her face.
Mm.
And for some of her, well, actually, I think her entire earlier album, the videos all used like a young surrogate that she apparently thought represented her well, who has this creepy wide smile and big eyes. It's great uncanny valley.
Huh.
But
All right.
I'll post that later,
Yeah.
just as reference material,
All right.
not research material because the kid is underage.
Okay. Great.
Weird.
Actually, her videos are weird too. They kind of cross into uncomfortable a little bit.
Oh, like what's her name on YouTube? Poppy.
All right.
You'll have to post a link to that later because I'm not familiar.
No, you don't.
Okay.
I did a quick Google search, and even the previews, I don't need to see anymore.
Of Poppy or Sia?
Oh, Sia. Holy
Oh.
shit.
Aww.
All right.
But that's Winvincible.
Uh, fair enough. All right.
Influence.
Is there? Sorry, were you saying something?
Nope. The 3 days of salvaging do not yield anything other than your bulk and your spare parts. And I suppose you now want to know if Zoe feels a pull to any particular place.
Well, either that or we hit up the radio station.
Do I wake as if from a dream?
Your call.
Like previously, I've gotten these images, sleeping.
Yeah, I just have to remember whether I'm putting them in my character document or my systems document because I've put them in both places and really fucking with myself.
Yeah, I don't know.
Be right back.
This one is in the characters document.
That's
Okay.
fun.
So let's wrap up with your vault over here. You've gotten the bulk equipment salvage. It's very good equipment. It's not specifically Trin equipment. It's just very high tech, high quality equipment, and so that's why it has such a high factor to it. Anybody that needed parts for any particular machine could probably use just about anything in there and get what they're looking for.
Nice.
And clarify quickly, the thermal pistols, were those in the secret vault?
Those were not in the secret vault.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me. Let me double check.
Are those like gonna be things we sell, or is like something you can like call dibs on?
If you want to call dibs, now would be the time.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of pistols, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I figured. I'm actually going to take one of those thermal pistols for myself. Is there any difference between the prototypes?
Yep,
The
I give
function-
him one of the slagged ones.
Yeah, no. Is there any difference between the functional prototypes?
One has a 4, one has a 2, and one has a 5.
I
That
know,
is-
other than that.
That is the only discernible difference.
Great. All right, I'm taking...
Well, sorry, that's the only noted difference. They all have slight differences in how much in their design and how much stress they've already endured, but there are no mechanical differences between any of them. No game mechanic differences.
All right, I'm going to take...
Choose wisely.
Yeah, I'll choose wisely. I'm taking 4.
I'll pick the one that looks like of the remaining ones, the ones that look the most rugged, to go with my cowboy persona.
Okay. And it looks like I did not actually write a secret vault into this one, although I've also wrote at a previous point that all state vaults have secret vaults. So I'll just go ahead and hand wave that and say that yes, the prototype thermal pistols, the The only evidence of any kind of violent manufacturing involved in this, or research involved in this, is stashed away in a secret vault, which you guys were able to, during the process of those 2 days, uh, uh, Meow can tell me if I'm stepping over your character, but Nemesis messes around with elevator controls to see if there is any secret vault, and finds that it goes down just an additional half level, and that the door of the elevator, that half level down, opens up to a small alcove that's barely half a meter wide and high and deep. And
Probably won't
inside
slack it
that
off.
are these prototypes.
Okay.
No
Yeah, let's
security
have a
measures.
slacking off.
Oh, what's that?
Definitely while Nemesis was slacking off
Sure, sure. She was slacking off under the guise of trying to understand more of the Trin language, right?
and fiddling with the elevator controls.
Sure. I mean, oh, why else would the elevator be going up and down, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And as you've been carting these tons of valuables and other valuables out of this vault, Zoe has been feeling the faint pressure of she knows something just building up, but it's like trying to grasp at the memory of a dream.
Very poetic.
You're welcome. Uh, uh, Around the end of that third day, she's at least got a direction
Mm-hmm.
where she thinks she's got one of these kind of little pods, these little loot boxes, or presumably escape boxes. You know, you're stranded here, get yourself off boxes.
Mhm.
And it'll take her to a different city, but if you guys want to take the Raza across to where Zoe's little internal compass is beaming, you can spend a few hours doing that.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
whoops,
might as well.
Does it happen to be at the radio station?
it does not happen to be at the radio station, and I forgot that Nemesis is over there doing the actual salvage, so we'll say that Nemesis did all that before you guys did the switch.
Okay.
Yeah, that was because it was the first day. I think the first day I was still having to do manual labor. At
Oh, speaking of, was there any like other rare materials or was it just the pistols or are there rare materials or research data in the vault as well?
There's no actual research data in this vault. The
Okay.
handwritten notes on the back of the spec sheet.
Yeah, you've got spec sheets.
Okay.
But the spec and test sheets just give data. They don't actually. They're not giving you any of the underlying research that went into it,
Got it.
unless you consider back with a napkin math to be. I'll think about that later because that actually is a something that I wrote down as possibly being a data cache that you could use for stuff. So remind me of that later.
Okay.
Zoe's homing loot box function.
You make me sound like a bird.
Now hold on. How do we know that as part of your sleeving that wasn't included in your upgrades?
I don't know. You're the geneticist.
Dexter, was Zoe spliced with a bird?
The Dr. Aya explicitly said that no personality modification is allowed.
Well, I'm not saying personality modification. I'm just saying,
Just a little bird in there.
yeah.
Dr. Aya declined any kind of non-human modification.
All right, she declined it, but did I see any evidence of it?
I'm afraid Jai will have to do a little bit more looking into that.
All right,
No,
I'm
he
going to
didn't.
tell Zoe she's part bird. Then.
All right, I'm going to post this.
I am one hell of a chick.
Certainly do peep a lot.
All right, password to the vaults. Calling it now. Passwords to the vaults.
Yeah, it would track.
Just to
It's
keep
gonna be-
everyone
it's
in
gonna be-
suspense. Where are you, Xander?
Right here.
There you are.
Dig it up, brush it off, open it up, immediately close it, put it back. All right, let's go.
What was it?
No, it was a joke. He hasn't actually told me yet.
Oh.
There you are.
Dun 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 dun.
So, with all of those being in symbolic trin, Zoe can't
Oh, yeah,
actually read them.
Yeah, I can actually read them. Yeah, okay. Like, do the names pop out? Like, are the names in symbolic trin?
No. That's a good call. The name Melody Leroux.
Okay.
And there's also the one with Zoe's name on it.
Mm-hmm.
So as not to keep this in complete silence, for out of character knowledge, player knowledge. Inside the box is a cred stick with a few credits on it, and some more of those permanent cosmetics, and several contracts, all written in symbolic trin.
Yeah.
Okay. Jack. Yeah. Sorry, you go ahead.
Thank you. Jeez.
I deserve that.
Yeah. So I pocket the cred sticks and the cosmetics, I guess, and I take the contracts out and I ask if anybody can read them. Anybody here read symbolic trin? I think Jack does.
Just I dabble.
Like, you can tell what an exit sign looks like, or you can read symbolic trin, because this is going to be dense legalese.
I can try.
All right.
You can at least get the gist of it.
It's hard. It's hard to read dense legalese in your native language.
Yeah, let alone like another language.
Yeah, I know. So, Jack, he's obviously able to read the words, or at least most of the words, and to understand most of the words. Of course, being a foreign language, the Trin have different concepts of things. It's like encountering a German word that's 57 letters long. Like, why is this a word? But as a basic gist, he can identify that these are contracts for research. I didn't write this, but I intended to, including payment for these research contracts. And that research is in the area of advancing cloning and something to do with brains and putting brains in people.
I say that verbatim, like something about brains and putting brains inside people.
Gimme.
Dex.
Uh-huh.
Melody is Zoe's mom, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he's trying to revive my mom.
What if you're not Zoe? What if you're Melody the whole time?
Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any pictures of your mom when she was younger? Are you like, one of the things. Oh, it's just a spitting image.
All right. No, I'm going to work with Nova on translating that a bit better.
Okay. And the joke question there is actually not quite such a joke. Zoe does have a picture of her younger self, much younger self, mom and dad.
Yep.
And while there are familial resemblances, Zoe is not the spitting image of her mom. She actually has more features in common with her dad.
Yep. That's because I'm his clone.
Obviously.
It seems like they may have messed up somewhere.
Yeah.
No,
well,
no, like
well,
that's,
no,
that's how you do it. You make a clone, but you switch the gender so that it doesn't immediately go like, oh, hey, that's a clone.
You know
right.
what's funny
So-
about
Oh.
So, you mean you make a full blown clone, not a clone with which you make with another human being to where they give half and you give half?
no, it doesn't. It's not quite what he did. What he did was he took all of his own chromosomes. He just replaced his Y with her actual mom's X. So you don't have
okay.
that.
So we're not having the talk. Okay, got it.
So she's mostly clone.
You know, it's funny if I can go on an out of character tangent real quick.
Well, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to. The rest of us have them.
When I
yeah.
was creating the picture for Cassian in Artbreeder, I actually did that. I put in the picture that I'm using for Zoe, and reversed that, turned it male, and generated the father from the face of Zoe with a couple of crossbreed tweaks in there.
Oh, okay. So it's not a joke. That's actually what happened. All right.
This is
That's what
canon
happened for
now.
me to generate the picture.
So you're not a clone of him. He's a clone of you.
Oh God!
God,
Oh,
this
God,
is
why
getting
did
Just
really
like him.
weird.
You're also 40 feet tall with huge hulking muscles.
All right.
I love
Fucking-
Artbreeder. Tangent over.
All right. So let's recap. So she got a cred stick, these contracts, and then there was something else in there.
Cosmetics.
Yeah, some cosmetics.
Okay, some pretext cosmetics.
Permanent cosmetics.
How many of those are there? I'm just unless she's keeping them for herself.
Well, she is keeping them, but she'll tell you that she now has. Oh, where did I put it? There it is. 6 of them.
All right. In that case, if you're just keeping them for yourself, I'm not adding them to the list.
Yep. I mean, unless you want to look like me.
Nah, I'm sexier.
I could see you with long red hair.
No,
Freckled skin might be a little weird, but
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Zoe. I'm better looking.
By the way, I only need 15 more days of practice to be fully fluent in Trin. So
All right.
well, here you go. Have fun practicing on this. Trend.
Yeah. Have fun helping me translate this, because I'm going to be looking through it in my free time.
yeah,
The
I
collapse
use
of
this. I use,
civilization
yeah.
still beholden to contracts?
Just to be clear, you're going to be going through PDF scans of these. You don't get the actual contracts.
All right. Okay.
Is the contract with Living Promise in a readable language, or is it also in symbolic trend?
That's also symbolic trend.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I like how Sin Enterprises is both the fictional, in-game fictional, like terrifying mutants, and also the the in-game but not fictional, cloning people. That sounds like fun.
Yep. All right. I think we're going to hop over to the radio station really quickly then. Let's go ahead and check that out.
And then
Okay.
get the heck out of this planet.
So that
If we
is
What, like 3 days or 3 games on this planet? Oh man, that would be
I know, right?
whip crack speed for us.
Just
I've been here for 15 days.
it's
We were on
hopping all
March for
around, making
less
me
than half a session.
devote more and more effort into new locations. Thank you.
Hey, we told you we were going to explore the radio station.
Oh yeah, no, I put something in for that. All right, I'm just building myself a roster here. Nemesis is out, so this is Jai, Zoe, Jack, Charlie. Who am I forgetting?
Technically Android.
Okay.
Android is doing stuff.
Android is helping Switch put that advanced lab together.
Mm-hmm.
I actually
Still?
had intended for it to take at least 2 people, but when Lulu so charismatically and forcefully said, "Well, what is Switch doing?" I just kind of I cowed and said, "Okay."
As you should.
Nah, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it and say no. You need 2 people, but that's an excellent way of keeping Android kind of just occupied. So Android is finishing up touches on that advanced lab, correcting a few things that Switch may have gotten wrong because Android has a lot more fixed knowledge, and it is an advanced lab. It's not just putting together any old equipment.
Yep.
And that effectively takes Android out of immediate play, unless there is a pressing reason for your characters to say, "No, we want Android involved in this."
Okay.
It's fine.
And that's just a temporary stopgap until we have a discussion after this game to decide what you want to do with the Android character.
All right.
So that's just 4 of you: Jai, Zoe, Jack, and Charlie, right?
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
Sure, correct.
And you guys are heading towards the radio station next?
Yep.
Okay.
Man, this is gonna be bad if we actually do get stuck on one of these planets that have taken these, resources. Oops.
Well, to be fair, this planet doesn't really get you much. There's no get off the planet in your loot box.
Yeah.
Not on this planet. Okay. You navigate over to the radio station that is playing K-pop.
I thought we said it was T-pop.
Oh, he
Nope,
said
it was
still
explicitly K-pop.
Very
Oh.
explicitly K-pop.
All right. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's actually what drew your interest to it. Is like, why is it some foreign music and not Trin music?
Nice.
I like to imagine that I'm just playing it on the speakers.
It might be a pirate radio station.
On your speakers, it's too faint for you to play. It fades in and out too much. Remember, you were barely able to get this, and
Right.
it didn't show up on any orbital scans for radio broadcasts.
Yeah, no, we're
Darn.
blasting Winvincible.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Sound-
Of course.
Like, I'm driving, I get to control the radio. We're blasting Winvincible.
Whoa! That's not how that works. Whoever's riding shotgun controls the radio.
Maybe in your house.
All right. Vulnerable is rising to a crescendo as you approach what looks like a. Hang on.
Wait, does she only have a single? Like, does she only have one song?
No, she has a couple songs, and they've been or I've given name to a couple of songs.
You just don't remember them right now. That's fine.
I don't.
But this
Yeah.
is the one that dropped the most recent. So you're obviously blasting it on repeat, right?
You got to play a song until you're sick of it.
Vulnerable was her breakout hit, and it's also the song that she has seemed to play whenever things are trying to kill her.
Hmm.
And that's a
like that.
regular occurrence.
Yeah. Once I consolidate that news cycle, go through it line by line, and there's a lot of violence on EGO.
Yeah, it's that planet. Apparently, I guess people try to kill it. Like that's just like the thing is any like public performer is like some sort of violent event.
Well,
Yeah,
it's. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna say it's basically that certain performers that can afford the fines don't want rising competition.
Oh,
And if you get somebody who looks like they will be competition later on before they're actually worth anything, killing on EGO. This is just a what's the first the word that means that it's a resultant effect. It's just a resultant effect of laws on EGO. Killing somebody is punishable by a fine.
Emergent.
Emergent. That's an emergent result of their laws. Killing somebody is punishable by a fine. If you can't pay the fine, then then other things happened.
Got it.
How much is the fine?
They're not very high.
Oh, it's like 20 credits.
Shit.
It depends on that person's actual value and like their income, their worth. So it would be like if you looked up Keanu Reeves' net worth, that would be the fine.
I see.
It's a good
All
thing
right.
he owns that motorcycle company then, because
I
Yeah,
know,
that
right?
really raises his value.
Yeah, killing somebody high profile is basically a death sentence.
I would imagine that's a very good incentive to increase your net worth.
Also, yeah. also, it's great being the richest person on that planet, because then you can just be like, yeah.
I mean, you could technically take out a loan to pay for that, right?
I don't think so.
Bail bonds.
Yeah,
then?
no, I
Yeah,
don't think
just a
so.
bail bond.
God.
Oh, I think out a loan. I'm planning to be the
l-
richest person on the system.
Let's go ahead and land on the radio station for now,
Okay.
and then
The radio
Yeah.
tower that is broadcasting is coming from. It's beside one of those small, like almost homegrown kind of stations. It's one of the few structures that you've seen standing and not dug into the ground. It is only a single story, but the tower obviously extends higher than that. In a small town, um, population maybe 10,000 dead people, but 10,000. You're bringing the Raza around. And this is probably the first Trin community where you have seen prevalent above ground buildings. You actually have to be a little bit more careful where you land because of that.
Okay.
It's obviously still not too difficult. Once you do land, you're about 150 meters away from the building with the tower.
Cool. So we get out and start working our way over there.
Okay.
Man, I really needed to buy an armored vac suit. I didn't realize we were going to be spending this much time in them.
As you approach, you do see the signs of salvage across the city. The skeletons are missing cybernetics, and you've learned that unmolested skeletons on this planet, you haven't seen a single one without cybernetics.
Yeah. So everybody has cybernetics unless they're in somewhere that scavengers can get at them.
Right.
Gotcha.
And this wooden structure stands with a wooden door. You don't hear anything inside, but there are also no windows.
Okay. I walk up and knock on the door.
There's no answer.
I open the door.
It opens.
Oh, okay, good. Do I explode?
You do not explode.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, 3 for 3.
Probably sliced in half by lasers.
Yeah, right. Do we bring the box?
When that doesn't happen, can I clear the room?
You certainly can. Go ahead and roll me a notice check.
Sure. Give me a second to click the button.
And this will be
That needs
wisdom,
to be
please.
clicked. Wisdom.
Before entering, you see that there is a tripwire.
Oh. put the arm out and just be like, all right, watch out, and then just point out the tripwire.
All right. Charlie, step in there and deal with whatever that trap is.
The trap again?
There's
yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Tripwire.
Trip. Okay.
there's a
Cool.
tripwire there, so just step over it and then disable whatever it is.
Okay. Is that just like a sneak check, or do I just do that?
Yeah, stepping over the wire is no problem. Once you know it's there, it's not really a threat.
Okay.
Except unless you forget that it's there.
Right.
That's why we're disabling it.
Charlie steps in and he's able to take a look around this little room here. There are some signs of habitation. Just looking around, he sees that there are new-ish posters of EGO performers. None of Invincible, but how up to date is Charlie on music? Oh, actually, never mind. Sorry, there are years on them. There are dates on them. The posters are of, well, they're e-posters obviously, but they're of performances within the last year. And there's broadcasting equipment around this single room building, and trash that has been tossed all into a corner. The trap in question is a line of 4 shotguns, all hooked up to a tripwire in a clever enough mechanical contraption that has a little bit of delay just so that the timing is perfect for this shotgun wall to act as an old school dart trap with shotguns.
Can I assist Charlie by using my knowledge of weapons and
Sure,
with the mechanism?
you sure can. Jack, go ahead and
Yeah.
give me a int shoot check. Is it nice? That
Yes.
is good for a +1 on Charlie's sneak check to disable.
Okay.
And that can be sneak dex or intelligence. I'm assuming
Going
you
to
want
be
to use
sneak
dex.
dex.
Yeah.
It is an entire 2-point difference.
Yeah. You're able to disarm that trap without any of the shotguns going off. You now have 4 shotguns fully loaded.
Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with 4 shotguns, so
I mean,
free
We'll just
shotguns, y'all.
We'll toss them in the armory, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
you have a proper armory yet, right? Y'all never actually properly stocked it.
I honestly cannot remember what's in it.
I put some limitations on it.
Yeah, it's like terrible muskets and now 4 shotguns.
Yeah, no, they've never actually they've never like actually refurbished it. They've never
No.
actually refurbished it officially.
It's basically
So it doesn't
limited to
function as-
TL3 firearms.
Yeah, it doesn't even really work as a armory, really.
Yeah.
It does give you unlimited ammo, so there's that.
Okay, so Nemesis just forgot to check the armory for ammo earlier.
Yeah, she's not a shooter.
All right.
Glancing around, it doesn't appear to be any other traps. And the equipment that is broadcasting obviously is getting power.
Okay.
On for now, so the guy doesn't come back.
All right, let's go ahead and look around here. Search the place.
Okay.
Can I trace the power to like a power source?
Yeah. That would just be a real easy program check. Difficulty 6.
Okay.
See, Lulu?
Oh, thank God. Look, I'm always worried when you ask for program checks.
Oh dear.
It was pointed out that I have I seem to only give you guys hard difficulty checks. So I'm trying to give you more of a variety. If anybody feels like I've only given you like 10, 12, and 14 difficulty checks, please point it out so that I can look back and think, you might be right.
I thought you were doing that because you were just giving us the easy ones.
I was to a point, but I it takes something away by constantly and only doing that.
Okay.
Sometimes there's a little bit of satisfaction in seeing that, hey, this is a 6. I could roll that with my great program +3 and int +2, but so could somebody with program -1 and int +1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, anyway, so I traced the wires.
Yeah, you trace the wires, and I assume Zoe's not particularly averse to doing some climbing.
It's not her favorite thing, but she'll do it.
Well, she's following the wiring, and it's not particularly difficult climbing. In fact, things have been moved around outside so that there are things to climb up onto and get onto the roof. And she sees some crude solar paneling jury-rigged up on the roof.
Okay.
The work is adequate, and it's appears to be storing enough juice to maintain a broadcast through the night. Although, if there are any heavy periods of excessive cloud cover, that may cause some issues.
Okay. And are the panels clean?
Eh, more or less. They would be more efficient if they were cleaner.
Right. Okay.
It does look like something or somebody is maintaining them, whether it's the scouring wind or somebody actually coming up and cleaning these every now and then.
Gotcha. Okay. While I'm up here, can I get to the tower too?
Yeah, it's
Like,
right next
is
to
it
the building.
Okay. And is it like the Eiffel Tower? It's all just metal and you can see all the way through it, or is it like an actual?
No, it's a radio tower, which are all basically the Eiffel Tower as far as I know.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like
Some
a
super
fantasy
material.
tower. No, like a fantasy, like there's a building there or
Oh,
something.
nope.
Okay. It's just a big post to
Yep.
get the broadcast as high as possible. Okay.
And Zoe does see a symbolic trin on it. It seems to be basically the company that built it, so that's not jury rigged.
Okay. So somebody hooked up power to something that was already here.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go back inside.
But is there any indication on why?
'Cause I like K-pop.
True.
Now that we're like in the building, like, is it playing from any speakers? Can I pick it up on the suit radio?
You can pick it up on the suit radio. It's not playing from any speakers though.
Okay. Does anybody want to run it through like a signal analyzer to see if they're like hiding a sub informational thing underneath the K-pop? Are we all being brainwashed right now? I mean, I loved K-pop
I mean,
before.
on some level, I think we are, but probably not in the way you think.
Oh, okay.
And we could just look at what other tracks they have. What else is in here other than the posters and the radio equipment?
Well, it's easy enough to see the track list. The attached computer terminal responds to regular commands, and it is in Spacer.
Mhm.
And the track listing, however, is not. It appears to be in Korean. Does anybody speak Korean?
That is beyond my capabilities at this time.
I don't believe I do.
Okay.
I can speak Islandese. Nope.
Oh,
I can speak common gin, but I don't think that's similar enough.
No.
No. And there's
Um,
no network to plug into in this on this planet, so you can't just Google a translation.
Oh well.
Mhm.
Damn.
Can we just download Google Translate when we get back on the ship?
Probably be a
Uh,
good idea.
Don't
The
don't
fact- does
does anybody
does the ship's library have a Korean to spacer dictionary? So we can at least get some nouns.
wait? Does nobody have a translation torque thingy?
Yeah,
I
that's
have-
single language.
Yeah, I have one, but
Hmm.
it's for oh god, what was that planet with the awful people on it?
Haystro.
Oh, Haystro, thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
I can't remember
What
what they
language
speak.
is that? Let me actually 'cause
I
never
don't
actually
know.
added that to my
Um,
decks.
I think
Oh,
it was Shawu.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It was Common Jin. Xiao Wu was for the elites.
Common
no, he's obviously an elite, right?
I'm sorry. What was that?
So
I
he's
was
obviously an elite. I
yeah.
like where you're thinking, but no.
No, the Common Jin translator torque was given for you guys to communicate with people in the cordon,
Okay,
not outside the cordon, which is where the Xiao Wu
Got
would
it.
be spoken.
got it. So Dex, can we use would the ship be able to translate this for us?
I can't think of a valid reason why not. So yes.
Right. We'll get the ship systems up on our comms, since we should just be in range of that pretty easy, and then
Yeah,
translate it.
you're 150 meters away from your ship.
Yeah, we're good.
Yep. So.
Learn Korean as a goal.
Great.
Just
It'll
wait.
certainly
how-
help
how
if you
many-
ever go to EGO.
Yeah, how many languages are on your to-do list?
All of them.
Well, yeah, essentially. I have, I want to say 8 so far. So
Great.
Cool.
Uh,
parlez-vous français?
You take a few minutes to send that data back and forth and have it translated at the ship level. It's slower going than if you were just doing it right there in front of you. But you can't see anything that stands out among the track names. It just kind of looks like musical track names.
All right. Anything else on the computer of note?
Well, there are some pictures of pop idols, some videos of concerts that turned very violent.
Mhm.
You can see the typical, well, not typical, but the occasional EGO bloodbath concert where the performer is reasonably protected on stage by sheets of plexiglass and other security measures, while a violent and bloody and deadly version of a mosh pit occurs among the audience. Not everyone
All right.
dies.
Great. Okay, so for some reason we've just got some weird fanboy for AGO pop stars broadcasting on a dead planet with an unbreathable atmosphere. Is that about right?
That's what it appears to be.
Great.
I will have Nemesis give me a program int check. Actually, program whiz. Sorry.
Sorry, you're still at the radio station.
Oh,
I don't. There. At the radio
shoot,
station.
that's right. Nemesis is not there. Never mind.
That's why
Why
I'm
did
kind of.
Why didn't we bring our hacker?
All right.
She's
Can we just
making more
call?
spare parts?
Can we just call them up and see if they can get something over?
So I can embezzle more spare parts.
Yeah, go ahead and
it'd
if you want to call up Nemesis and get your communications and program experts' opinion on this.
Right. Okay.
I think it would be hilarious if you're calling just as they're like embezzling. Like it's just like the oh hey.
I'm busy shoving the spare parts under my bed.
Yeah. You're still on the frickin' Marauder. You don't have a bed. You have a love seat.
Oh no, you're right. Crap.
Yeah, you'll have to do this while you're on the Raza, and under the watchful eye of cameras.
Yeah.
Oh dang.
All right. So yes, we call you as you're shoveling spare parts under the love seat.
It's a good thing I got 0.
Nemesis, we've got this weird broadcasting station out here that you may have noticed at some point.
Yeah, I wasn't doing anything. Don't worry about it. What's this about the broadcasting station?
Right. So far as we can tell, it's just broadcasting Asian and Korean pop music for some reason. I guess it's all the same, basically. Do you have any like insight into why someone might be doing this, or like what this broadcast is for? I can't imagine they get many listeners.
In personal enjoyment?
Go ahead and roll me a program whiz or whiz program.
Oh, hold on. I never roll anything other than int, so I have it set to int. There we go.
That kind of setup could also be used as a comm server.
Ah, okay.
So
Or
should
personal
we steal it?
enjoyment or possible comm server. We already have a comm server, don't we?
Yeah, but
Hmm.
we didn't set this up, did we?
And, I mean, not that I'm there, but it sounds like the place is very much so lived in currently. Based on, like,
It could be.
I mean, booby trapped, clean.
Yeah, that's true.
Can I look for more signs that somebody has been here recently?
Okay.
Hey Dex, I wanna plug in and download the music.
Okay.
Plus
Okay.
the posters for what, like shows within the past year.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah, this plant has been abandoned for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
as Jack is looking around, pokes around at the trash, some of that's recent based on state of decayable stuff in there. He would estimate within a week.
Within a week. Oh,
Okay.
So I have an option. We could just turn it off and see who shows up to turn it back on.
That's true.
like
Of course, that would involve us waiting, which is not always our strong suit.
No, that's true. But I suppose I do have some research I could be doing on the ship. Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and do that? Then we'll wait for a day or two while Nemesis continues to salvage.
Yep, I'll get right back to that.
Actually, I was going to check out the spaceport anyway, really quickly. So I can go ahead and do that. Who wants to... Jack, you want to wait here for now?
yeah, I can hold down, see if anybody shows up.
Perfect. All right. Everyone else get in the ship.
Oh Jesus!
Wait, hold on.
No,
I
I'm
have a good
kidding.
experience with this situation.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Charlie, if you want to stay here, or if whoever else wants to stay here can.
All right.
Wait. How far away is the spaceport we were examining?
The spaceport is going to be a couple thousand kilometers away. So
Which would take us how long to get to?
like an hour, if that.
All right.
It's not long in terms of how long it takes your ship to get there. It's long, or it's far in terms of communicating with each other.
Right.
Hey Dex, I have a question.
Mhm.
This antenna is a transmitter, but can I change it to be a receiver and see if I can pick up anybody talking?
It already is receiver.
Can I use it to figure out if anybody else is talking?
You sure can.
Yeah, I'll stay here and work on that.
Okay.
Help out.
All right. So at the station, I've
actually,
got.
Dex.
Mm-hmm.
I guess could I roll? Could I roll like
Can I know something, Dex?
Can I know something? Can I know who might be using this station and like what they would be using it for?
Can I skip past this whole mystery with a dice roll, Dex?
Yeah.
Can I?
If you're referring to eclectic memory, I'm going to say no on that because there's no way that anybody except for whoever is using it would know. Well, I suppose there is a way, but the chances of that information getting out and having somehow reached Jai are
But Dex, someone in the galaxy knows. That means with a DC 12 check.
yeah. I'm going to say no on that one.
Okay, that's fair. All right. That's fine then.
We can't
All right. Yeah, so they're waiting here. I'm going to skip over to the shipyard really quickly. Well, no, if we're all waiting here, I'll just go ahead and wait here too. That's fine.
Okay. So is anybody leaving?
Nope.
Okay, then writing down a new list of who's going where was pointless because it hasn't changed.
Look, I just wanted to spend some time away from Jai, but now that he's staying here, I want to go to the spaceport.
God. All right.
No,
Okay.
it's fine.
It's fine.
Are you all staying in this what would it be, about 5 meter by 5 meter surface building?
No, I'm going back to the ship.
Okay. Is anybody staying in the building?
I assume I
I'll be
have to
staying in the
in
building.
order to use it as a transmitter or receiver.
Yes, you would.
Okay. Yep. I'm staying.
All right.
Okay.
And you're turning off the broadcast as well, I believe, right?
Yeah, I thought we'd already done that.
Wait, is it just Zoe staying?
No,
I'm also
staying
staying.
too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was like, you just leave Zoe there alone, turn it off, and see who shows up.
But if there's a window, I want to keep an eye on the ship the entire time.
There is not.
There are no windows.
Well, and
Oh.
also the
Oh.
ship isn't.
Yeah, it's the Raza just hovering over it.
Yeah, it's like no, we brought the Marauder and we set it down, and Dex said like 100 meters away.
You guys are actually in the Raza.
I was gonna say I'm the
Oh,
one with the
Jesus.
Marauder.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
That's why I couldn't hide myself
Well,
under my bed without.
Hold on. In that case, we'll go ahead and switch the Marauder off with the Raza because they need to start loading up the cargo anyway, and then I'll bring the Raza back, and then everything will wait in that time. Okay.
Loading the
Whatever,
cargo is
dude,
going to
don't-
take more than just sticking around for a little
I
while.
mean, they need to start doing it though.
Just
So
whatever
we'll
you
go
do,
ahead.
Don't look under the love seat.
No, hold on, Dex.
Yeah.
What I mean is we're going to switch off the Raza with the Marauder, so
Okay.
they can start doing that.
And then Jai's going to come back in the Marauder?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. I misheard you. I thought you said that Jai was coming back in the Raza, and I thought,
No.
how long is he staying there? Okay.
I mean, if they had people boots on the ground, they probably already noticed the Raza by this point.
Yeah.
We'll see. But
Okay.
yeah.
Does the playlist have any like station identification? This is KQRI.
It does
Trinidad?
not.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah,
like
I
they
got-
just put their
Get on it,
playlist on
DJ.
shuffle.
Yeah, gotcha.
Zoe, go ahead and give me a int program check to try and figure out how to receive communications here.
Yep. Well, that tracks.
Okay,
Oh, that's a decent roll. All right.
that is actually sufficient.
I only saw the one and I got worried.
And Zoe actually does receive conversation. Some people are talking in Korean.
Shit.
I want to set up like a firing position on the door, just like,
A prepared firing position.
Yeah, essentially, just wanna got
Okay.
my pistol. I'm aiming at the door, and I'm just make sure
Yeah.
nobody comes in, grabs us by surprise.
You'll be on
There's
target to anyone that walks through the door.
there's enough furniture in here to be able to set up basically cover and a prepared firing position.
Beautiful.
Hey, would it be possible to like turn it back on and then like make it real staticky and then turn it back off again to make it seem like this is not somebody fucking around with it, but actually like I don't know, something weird happened to it?
Sure.
It malfunctioning naturally.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and roll a fix int on that. This is going to be a little bit more difficult of a check.
Fix int. Okay.
Yeah. Or int fix if you prefer. Well, I did say a little bit more difficult, but you clearly passed
Blam.
that.
Ask me to roll my good skill like more. Would you say that I'm trading on their
No.
their natural suspicion?
No.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
Okay. After just a few minutes, those of you at the shack, Jai has not even made it to the other site yet. You hear what sound like motorcycles cruising up to you. They're trying to be quiet, but they're the loud pipes kind of motorcycles. So instead of it's
I wanna, in complete silence, just mouth over to Zoe. Dibs.
Yeah, fair enough. I give him a thumbs up.
All right. Where are Jack and or not Jack? Charlie and Zoe at this point. I know that Jack has gotten himself some cover and a firing position. What about Zoe and Charlie?
Is there anything else other than the firing? But like, is there any other cover in this room?
Oh yeah, there's like tables. Cubicle walls won't protect you, but there are tables that should protect you against most small arms fire.
Okay. Yeah, I'll yeah, I don't know, flip up a table or something.
Okay. Charlie?
Um, I'm just kind of taking cover, I guess.
Okay.
There wasn't. I hadn't been doing too much. I've been meandering up until this point, so.
Okay.
The real problem here is we don't speak their language, so we can't even be like, throw down your weapons.
They had some stuff written in Spacer, so they probably speak Spacer.
Yeah, was the so the playlist was in Korean, but was the UI for the rest of it in Spacer?
Yes, it
Or
was.
symbolic trend? Okay.
Yeah, no, that was actually in Spacer.
Okay, cool.
After the motorcycles come to a stop, you hear some more chatter out, or you hear some chatter outside, kind of hushed tones. So it's difficult to make out, but you can tell that they're still speaking Korean. And then a little bit after that, a loud thump outside. Some more hushed Korean. And then more softly, scrabbling up the side of the building, and then boots on the roof.
Hmm.
If you wanted to go full murder hobo, you could probably pinpoint their location and just fire through the roof at them. With a TL4, a better weapon.
Yeah, I was about to say, you and I have very different ideas of what is involved in a roof.
Yeah, no, a mag rifle or pistol would be able to make it through, but not a revolver or SMG.
Okay. And there was no windows, right?
No windows.
Yeah. All right.
And the roof is like perfectly like smooth. There's no like hatches or anything that we can see.
Yeah, it was a flat, smooth roof, slanted only enough so that the water wouldn't pool.
Got it.
Yep. And it also had the solar panels on it.
Mm-hmm.
I move to cover the stairs or ladder or whatever.
Well, when you climbed up on the roof, you basically climbed on the equivalent of a dumpster and then climbed up onto the roof from that. There was no easy access onto the roof from the outside, and there's nothing from the inside.
What I can hear, can I determine like their estimated numbers of like how many people we're dealing with?
You've only heard two distinct voices.
And one of them's dead now. Because we heard a thump. No? All right.
That might have been them jumping up onto the thing that they climbed onto the roof from.
Mm.
Like it made the same kind of noise that a heavier Zoe would have made when she was climbing up it.
Mm. A heavier Zoe. So there's more than one Zoe?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
Hey, Zoe
Heavier, not
clones.
the heavier Zoe.
You don't know this, but a future Zoe gets fat.
I think they're trying to imply that you're like half a Zoe.
Oh, wow. All right.
Not the
Oof.
real Zoe. Just
Yeah,
an
this is-
imposter.
Yeah, we're getting into some metaphysical discussions here.
Yeah,
Jesus.
little do you know that the Zoe clones are all swole as fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would make sense. My dad does, really respect that kind of thing.
Fitting image.
um, Based on the sounds that you're hearing from the roof, it sounds like whoever is walking around up there is going to inspect the tower.
Nice. I give him a couple minutes, and then I open the front door and go, "Hey, what's up?" Look, the point was to talk to these people, right?
Probably in Spacer.
Yeah, in Spacer. I don't speak Korean. I don't know how
Uh,
you'd say, "Hey, what's up?" in Korean.
What are Charlie and Jack doing as Zoe approaches the door and makes as if she's going to just walk right out the door?
I didn't say walk out. I said open.
Okay, makes as if she's going to open the door.
I
Hiding and looking for a possible secondary exit.
I, I am looking to cover the door as best as possible.
Jack picked a good enough position,
Yeah.
being kind of trained for this. Charlie, the only secondary exit is if he somehow goes through a wall.
Okay, so scrambling out a window would not work here.
Yeah, there are no windows.
Darn.
Distinct lack of windows doesn't make that a complication. Don't you have a thing to like punch a hole in a wall or something as a telekinetic, or is that not?
Not yet.
I think he needs one more level for that,
Yep.
plus however long it takes before you want to get that. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
your first priority. All right. Zoe opens the door. Let me roll something here real quick.
Yeah, do I just get shot on pure nervous reflex?
Okay. Oh, there it is. Let's see if I made this easy for myself with templates.
You didn't.
No, I didn't.
I
I have
can
templates for
actually-
ships, so if you guys get into fights, I can easily pull up ship templates, but NPCs, no. Let's see. Nope. All right, so I'm just gonna roll it. Okay. Zoe's sudden open of the door and hey, what's up? Does startle somebody who had his gun trained on the door, and he shouts something in Korean, and it does not fire.
Oh, whew.
Pause there.
He does nestle what looks like a mag rifle, the butt of a mag rifle against his shoulder and squares it on Zoe.
I look unimpressed.
He is trying to calm himself down, calm his breathing, so he doesn't care that Zoe looks unimpressed.
see through the vac suit anyway. I think that he's wearing a vac suit, right?
He's not. He's wearing an atmo filter
I
Right.
will
or refresher, whatever it is.
move to like the wall that's like next to the door.
Okay.
So if I imagine like Zoe's like standing in like the door frame essentially.
Mhm.
I would be off to the side of Zoe, just getting ready to like.
You guys want me to draw you a square?
Yeah, I understand where he's at. Do
Yeah.
you understand where he's at?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
I'm
I'll
good.
leave it in a square.
Okay. Uh,
So I'd say, hey, what's going on?
and then adequate enough space, sir? He responds, "Who are you?"
My name is Zoe. I'm a salvager. Well, what's your name?
Um, hold, please. I would like to give him a proper name for his location. He tells you his name, and
And that we
Perfectly
quickly move
average
past
name.
that. Yeah, it's an average Korean name.
Is it Kim? It's
I
a
mean,
Kim, isn't it?
yeah, it's probably Kim.
There's definitely a Kim in there. Yeah, I mean, how could there not be, right?
Or Park.
Or
Yeah,
Park.
Kim Park. His name is literally Kim Park, which is like the Joe Smith of.
Right.
I would, like if I heard that was like some guy who's Korean told me that was his name, like I would be like, wait, really?
The
It's-
most
it's-
popular name in Korea is Do-woon,
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
or Do-woon. My mistake. I
Well,
was thinking of Jun-woo, which is
he-
totally different.
is the dough the last name or the first name?
It's
I think the one is the entire name.
that whole thing was a first name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they actually have single syllables separated by a dash.
dash.
Yeah.
Eh.
Okay. Well, he quickly answers, Kim Do, leave this place. This is our site. And you hear the footsteps on the building above you.
oh. I mean, we were just
very much more quietly. They're trying to be quiet.
yeah. I mean, we were just trying to figure out why there was some K-pop blasting. I mean, it's a banger. I enjoyed it.
He lowers his gun a little bit. Tries to look past Zoe into the building. Doesn't see anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty easy fix. You just gotta put the wire back in.
And you
But
hear
since I
the person on
didn't-
top of the building say, "It's already done."
Oh, well, there you go. It was nice to meet you. I would have just called, but didn't seem like there was any other broadcast going other than this.
He looks around as if suspicious of anyone else around, and then asks, "Is anyone with you?" You're a thump
Yeah.
from outside. Somebody.
Yeah, no, there's my ship and the couple guys on the ship, but they weren't as interested in meeting you guys.
See his eyebrows crinkle.
I mean, some people just don't know how to make connections,
Mm. Great.
One girl alone on Trinita Fade.
Oh well, no, I got my friend Charlotte, and I pat the old holster. Is he still pointing a gun at me?
It's not pointed at you. It's still
Okay.
raised, but it's lowered and aimed to the left.
Gotcha.
Is his finger on the trigger?
He's exhibiting good finger discipline.
Finger discipline?
Trigger discipline, sorry.
Discipline
Yeah,
your finger.
He keeps that trigger far away from his finger.
His
not the other
finger
way
is very
around.
disciplined, I'll have you know.
He's really good at Jeopardy because he can just. Oh, he's got that finger of discipline. Oh, amazing.
He responds, "Hmm. Sorry, I do not believe you."
Well, I mean, the fact that you guys left a fun little present for anybody who opened this door was not exactly the friendliest thing you could have done. And I give him back his grenade. Oh no, it was shotguns.
Shotguns.
Shotgun.
Shotguns.
You just handed him 4 shotguns.
He's still 3 or 4 meters away.
Oh well, then I put him on the I take the duffel bag and throw it out in front of us.
Looks down at it. Is a dangerous world.
Yeah, it pays to be prepared.
Why you take apart my trap?
Well, because I wanted to go inside. I don't want to get shot.
Then just step over the wire. Leave it alone.
Well, you never know who's coming after. I didn't want to be responsible for other people getting shot either.
We all know to step over the wire. Now I have to put that back together.
Yeah, it won't take long.
Is there shit, what is it called? Like the thing we're wearing, vac suit to vac suit comms for us? Like
Yes.
short range?
Only if your ship is nearby, which it no longer is. Oh wait, I'm sorry. We previously established that your comm pads have their own kind of personal
Yeah.
range, didn't we? Yeah. Okay.
At least line of sight. Like he's
Yeah. No,
he's
I
basically
sorry.
right next to me.
I forgot that. I'll need to put that in writing somewhere just so that I don't forget it.
Mhm.
Not so that I can limit you in the future, but just so that I don't keep forgetting it.
Yeah, I'll just be like over the comm, just be like, ask him if he's in charge and like if he's gonna not point gun at you anymore.
Hey, oh Jesus! Literally every time I cannot remember anybody's name. Did it get written down somewhere?
His name?
Zoe would have remembered the name. Xander, can't fucking remember anybody's name.
I decided on Kimdo.
Kimdo. Okay. Hey, Mr. Doe. Mr.
No,
Kim?
that's all his first name.
Oh, Kimdo. Are you in charge of this little operation, or maybe we could join forces and really take this planet for all it's worth?
Well,
could you at least put your gun down? Like, come on, man.
no, I don't know who else is in the building with you. Everyone,
All right.
come out. Show your hands, and then we can talk.
It's not very trusting.
It just repeats. It's a dangerous world.
Hold please, and I walk back inside and close the door.
Hey. So what are the rules of engagement in this situation? So if
I mean,
you want to take them, I could probably take them. I'm not sure. It depends on what the other two people are packing.
I mean, I'd prefer to use our social skills to get out of this without anybody getting shot and maybe make some money off of it.
I agree, but he wasn't in a very compromising mood.
Well, I mean, he was holding a gun, so that generally means that.
Am I or are Nemesis and I logged into this conversation? I guess.
Yeah, you're still close enough. I'll let you.
Okay. Zoe, you're a crew member on the starship Raza.
I am.
Yes.
You am.
Owner of the Starship Raza.
Yeah, like we're gonna have to define roles more clearly in the future, obviously.
No, Zoe, don't start.
Am I? now.
Hmm. We'll see how you do on your. Wait, is this your second mission? Ooh, yeah. I guess we have to make a decision one way or the other. Do we want to do? Do we want to do the vote right now?
Isn't this technically Jack's third mission?
Yeah, technically, yeah, because I did the first vault with you guys, and then the second vault as well.
Oh yeah.
We-
Yeah. so
we're
shoot,
we're
we should've done
considering all
already.
this. We're considering the entire planet one mission.
Okay, I see. A multi-stage evaluation. I get it. I
Right.
get it.
This
Yeah.
is obviously the boss fight.
The point is, you are members and potential members of the crew of the Starship Raza.
Mhm.
Throw your weight around.
But I'm half. I'm not heavy Zoe. Remember?
Well, then throw yourself around harder.
That's what I was trying to ask. Like, what like, I'm not familiar with standard operating procedure of the crew, so like I was.
All right, you know what?
You have 4 shotguns. Wield them in your 4 arms.
Hold on.
No, I give him back.
Zoe,
okay.
I have 4
You have
pistols.
0 shotguns. Wield
Worry
them in
not.
your 4 arms.
Zoe.
Hmm?
Give them my comm number.
Oh god, wait, you're gonna make friends with him?
Of a sort.
Okay. Over the can I like send messages? Oh no, because that would give away that I'm listening to them talk.
Also note, I put in the in-game chat that Zoe does hear more communication in Korean over the splice that she.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's gonna go back to the door.
Okay.
Open it.
He's still standing there. The gun is not aimed at Zoe anymore, but it's still in a ready position.
Yeah, and I open the door slowly enough that like he can tell that one hand's on the door, one hand is like not on the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Kim-do, my boss wants to talk to you. Well, sort of my boss. Well, compatriot.
Zoe, don't fucking start.
Well,
you are undermining our whole thing here.
I'll say
Captain.
from,
He's the
I'll
captain.
Say, I'll say from the side, the captain.
Oh yeah, the captain. So here's the comm code number, and I don't know. Do you have a comm pad I can beam it to?
Yes.
Okay. Here you go. And I send it to him, and then I close the door again.
You hear a sigh from outside. Not from him, but from whoever is outside around the building.
Look,
I don't
you guys are the
blame
ones
them.
that you guys picked the building with only one door and no ways in or out. Not my fault.
God, this is silly.
God, this is amazing.
A call comes over to the ship, Jack. It is faint because it is using their comm server, and the Raza is quickly flying away from that.
Right. I guess I'll go ahead and stop for now and sort of it. Like I think if I didn't manage to get there when they actually reached it, I think I was going to stop and then start turning around anyway.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, they were only a couple of minutes out before they began approaching, or you heard them approaching on their motorcycles. So Jai didn't get very far. That's why I'm letting him be looped in all this.
Right. Yeah. Let's get us circling back around then.
Okay. You can time it however you want, but you can get the Raza back there if you go fast within 30 to 45 seconds.
Right. Okay.
So I have a quick question before we really get into it. Can we see the motorcycles from like when we open the door? Can we see the motorcycles?
Go ahead and give me a notice check. Notice wisdom.
God, that's terrible. Why you do this to me?
Jack can also make one, but because you're staying hidden behind cover, take a -2 penalty to it.
Sure. Well, I didn't notice shit.
You did not see the motorcycles.
Great.
Why do a -2? Oh yeah. Okay.
All right.
Alright.
I'm doing that because I'm assuming that Jack was still trying to be unknown.
Yes, absolutely.
So when I close the door, I look over at Jack Jack, and I'm like, dude, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna let you take one of their motorcycles, but I mean, it's all dibs, so if you want it,
That was like, the worst case scenario, where, I gotta deal with them and I do like the neck slice thing, like
uh-huh.
uh
But I mean, we could probably just buy one off of them, maybe,
God,
I
if you really
I,
want
ha-
one.
we
I ha-
have 2 motorcycles technically.
I haven't really gotten paid yet. I'm doing like this whole like on an internship basis. I think that's what John
Yeah,
said.
it's a 2-year-long unpaid internship. Don't
Oh,
worry, it's great experience, and if you complete it to our satisfaction, you'll be in on the ground floor at an excellent entry level position.
Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I went kind of all in on getting whatever was inside the vault that you guys found me at.
Yeah,
But,
and we're giving you a B so far.
yeah, no, I'm basically explaining this to Zoe, like in real time. I'm being like, I don't really have anything else.
Oh well, I mean,
My previous job didn't really do real good on the payment,
yeah. Well, no, look, what I'm saying is maybe we can like let's be
like
real.
barter.
Jai doesn't really run this crew.
Oh,
We'll get you.
God.
We'll get you in. We'll get you in.
Oh, dear.
You'll definitely get paid.
Like if you need me to negotiate with these guys, I can go out there unarmed, and I can.
Oh no. We'll let Jai talk to him, and once they fall asleep, then we'll go out and steal their motorcycles.
Oh, and I'm just being like, no, but you see, I got an ace up my sleeve, so to speak.
Are you just going to shoot them?
No, I'm gonna be unarmed, but not entirely unarmed.
Who's gonna shoot them unarmed?
Hey, Charlie, what do you think? What's going on with you?
If there ends up being a window or something that I can just jump out of,
There isn't.
No, well, I'm asking, do you
Damn.
also want a motorcycle?
No.
See,
Motorcycles are dangerous.
My
Yeah?
motorcycle's like a drive up walls.
That's part of the fun.
Boy.
Don't look like it. Look like
I'm
a
just
good way
saying,
to
if it
get
comes
killed.
down to Kimdo out there and me, and who can draw and shoot first, I'm pretty confident it's me.
Boy.
Well, let's save that for back pocket negotiations. Let's pull that only if we need to.
Guys holding the shotguns. Would it be
Oh.
possible? And this is a definite maybe here. Would it be possible to just cause one of them to go off and freak the guy out?
Not while the
want
door's
to?
closed.
No,
Oh, the
not
door's
not
closed right now.
not
Okay.
at telekinesis too. You don't have
Okay.
enough fine enough manipulation.
Oh, yeah. You were gonna
Maybe
say that.
next
Yeah,
level
okay.
then.
Yeah, I'll take a look at
Yeah,
that after the session to kind of give you an idea when you get that. I don't remember what the rules as written breakpoints are.
Yeah, Stars Without Numbers, and a big fan of like telekinetics, just being able to like shoot guns.
Yeah.
Apart from the obvious like gun that you
Okay.
can make.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
Well, let's go ahead.
Well, not like the gun that he's holding. Just like
Yeah, let's
Yeah, I got you.
get to the conversation between someone is calling Jai and Jai.
I answer the call.
How do you
Kim,
answer?
Kim Do? I take it this is you?
No, this is Han Sung-jin.
Okay. Regardless,
Generator.
Han Sung-jin.
Sounds like handsome Jim.
I'm given to understand you're having a bit of an argument with some of my crew members.
I do not know. Kim Do gave me this number and said that there is people in our shack.
Oh God, we can't shoot him now. He's the best.
Great.
What is
yes,
this about?
We were interested in figuring out why there was a broadcast going on on this planet.
Those idiots. I told them music draws attention.
Well, you'd be quite right. Anyone listening in on broadcasts in this, well, that wants to land on the planet is going to pick that up sooner or later.
Chong-Su said it would be silent. Nobody would find it.
Afraid not.
She was wrong.
Regardless, if we're already on this level of conversation, might I ask what you were doing here?
Same thing as you.
Scavenging?
Scavenging.
Well, regardless, I'd advise you to speak with Kim Do and just tell them to work out this misunderstanding. It's
What is misunderstanding? I do not have all the details here.
yeah, I don't either, frankly.
See, your crew are as much idiot as my crew.
Exactly.
While this is happening, I open the door and I'm like, hey, can we look at your motorcycles? They sound pretty sweet. Like I look out at it. Is it obvious that he's not talking to anybody?
Yeah, it's he's now just kind of looking around at the ground, and he looks back up at you and kind of half-heartedly readies his rifle again.
Okay,
He
then yeah,
looks-
I'm like, hey, can we look at your motorcycles?
He looks over to the side of you where the whatever it is that allowed you to climb up on the roof is at, and then looks back and shrugs.
Sick. I go outside. I'm ready to. I want to see these motorcycles.
He keeps a distance from you, and he keeps his rifle ready, but he is maintaining it so that it is never actually pointing at anyone.
Mhm.
But he motions over to a little bit of brush that you
Mhm.
guys could have seen the motorcycles from the door if you'd just been a little bit more perceptive,
Sure.
or
Yeah.
in
No.
a better position.
Cool. I go out and I leave the door open.
Yeah, I'll step out onto the door and I have my hand on my holster, but I haven't taken the actual gun out.
Okay.
Okay.
Zoe sees that there is a female over by that bench, whatever it is, that allowed her to climb up on the roof, and she does have a gun propped on that. I'm just gonna call it a garbage bin because I can't think of
Sure.
anything else.
Yeah.
She does have a gun braced on it, as if a makeshift firing position.
Mhm.
But
I give her the upward nod.
she, after just a brief hesitation, does the same, and
Yeah.
then kind of frowns.
So these motorcycles are they good or are they like shitty?
They look like they've been restored. They look like they're from here, but they've actually been repaired with some parts collected from things around here.
Nice.
And
So wait, are these the Trin K series 1950s?
yeah, he gets into a conversation with Zoe about motorcycles.
Fuck
Great.
yeah. I'm making friends.
Perfect.
Back to Jai.
Well, regardless, if things are mostly calm over there, I would be happy to provide to offer you offer to make a deal with you to work together for scavenging. We could certainly use more assistance, and I'm sure that our ship might have a bit better chance of getting most of the scrap off this planet than yours likely would be.
What kind of deal?
Split some of the profits. Work for,
bet you wish you had the trader talking now.
yeah. Zoe can work out the exact details there. She may be an idiot, but she's useful for that sort of thing.
Okay. Give me kind of an out of character outline between Jai and Zoe what kind of trading or salvaging agreement you guys want out of this. Actually, we're right at the end of 3 o'clock.
Um,
Do you
I
wanna
guess
think over this over the next week?
there is one thing I'd like to say.
Okay.
Well, amongst the economic benefits, you would have the chance to work for the captain of the Raza.
Ah,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Raza.
you just had to work that in. We're gonna get fucking shot now. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Yes, very high profile.
A bit.
Let's.
God. Plus now they know that the spinning leaf or whatever the hell name we gave
Oh,
it is.
and here I am, just coming up on you right now.
There's an
God.
immediate outbreak of chatter that Zoe can hear in Korean, and she can hear it twice because Kim-do is speaking it, and she is hearing it over the comm.
I look up at the Raza flying over, and I try and put my hand on my face, but then there's a faceplate in the way. Just like, oh god, this idiot.
I love it.
And let's go ahead and break it there. I want to give you guys some time to decide exactly what kind of arrangements you want to make with these guys. His reaction there does leave room for if you want to hire them as actual ship security crew. They clearly have some mechanical and some programmatic expertise amongst them because they've repaired motorcycles and done that to turn the radio station into a comm server, which is not something just anyone can do.
Yeah.
Or if you want to keep it as a strictly on-planet salvaging kind of agreement.
Really quick, I'd say I'm perfectly fine with just hiring them. I'm actually curious to like whether they even have a ship, because I mean they have to have some way of getting off this planet, right?
Without actually knowing anything about what their resources are, I'm not sure what sort of deal we would make.
Right.
Okay, that's
So-
fine. I hadn't dug into their detail quite that much, so let me. I'll do that after this session at some point before next game, and allowing you guys at least a couple of days to think about it and make some decisions. But I'll give you some more details that you learn in communicating with them. Xander, why don't you give me a quick trade roll? But before you do that, now you have to decide.
Yeah, no, it's I pretty much like let's just keep it where it was. Let's just do the D3 on the trade rolls.
Okay, so you can roll your 3 dice, drop the lowest, and that'll give me a guide as to just how much information Zoe is able to amiably get out of them so that you guys have that as an advantage in your negotiation.
Okay, so I should do what, like charisma?
Definitely charisma, yeah. Oh my
Oof.
god!
I'd
Jesus
re-roll
Christ.
that.
Yeah, can I use my reroll from
You sure can.
Jesus. That was terrible. That's not much better, but
That's better.
take it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oof.
A language barrier.
Yeah, no, really. But basically, I was thinking, a pooling of, like, if we have the spots, but we need people to go in and dig more stuff for us, or if they
Okay.
have spots and we can go help them do their spots, whatever.
Right. And yeah,
You could also
Yeah,
pay
that-
them reduced rate for some of their salvage if they have trouble transporting it.
Yeah,
there
or-
is the. Sorry.
Or buying their salvage off them, because we're definitely going to get a better rate for it, that kind of thing.
And then there's the other option, which Dex and I think, briefly discussed elsewhere, or during our meeting, which was hiring them as like a separate crew to start doing like trade and salvage missions on our behalf as projects.
He's basically wanting to start a fleet.
Yeah. Look, I'm not ever going to call you Admiral, but I'm down with starting a fleet.
Yeah, X3 style.
Okay. Yeah, let me suss up what information you have about them.